Well, yeah,
Don't
of
lie to
course.
yourself.
Same thing happened in the other campaign. But
Yeah, exactly.
I've recorded now.
We need to get it out of her system.
You can mess with it anytime you want. So
No, we can't.
how about we get to business, okay? So first things first, we're gonna do a little recap. And that little recap is just explaining what happened last time. I mean, again, it's been like what, months, maybe 2. I don't know how long.
5 million years.
25 million years.
Yesterday.
Sort of. So I mean, if I need to like say it at least, but as you know, last time you finished up the second mission of your contract, right? And things went successful, but like failed successfully, sort of deal. You got your butts kicked, and a lot of bad things happened. First thing being, Nora got turned into like a pretty screwed up place. If I need to like show it again, this is exactly what happened. The whole
That's the name of the planet.
Nora got turned like half of it, like scorched basically.
Turned into Doom Eternal.
You could say it like that, but pretty much half the planet is now unlivable, right? So things are pretty bad. And after that, you've also been framed publicly, not by name, of course, but you've already been given like an actual proper name for what you've done. So that being said, afterwards was like the debrief, right? And with the debrief, it was basically just explaining how you're gonna be spending like a good time under for like a long time, right? So this downtime that we're gonna be dealing with now is gonna be 2 weeks, and those 2 weeks is like, you know, actual in-game time, right? And the way I'm gonna work this out is each week is basically like a phase of the downtime, right? So basically the whole part with your character like leveling up, you know, license 2, getting their own unique frame, you know, first time and all that, that's basically like fit into the whole part of during these weeks. You know, you do training, you do like engineering, stuff like that. You know, you practice, you learn your new skills and stuff like that. So you can keep that in mind. That's basically what's gonna happen. But what we're gonna be like doing during the downtime is basically how we did it last time. Remember, where it was just like in the period of 2 days before the second mission, there was like, I just asked for what did you do during this day, right? So this will be just about like the same exact thing, but it will be more like what you did during this week. Like what was like a notable day during this week, right? So, and considering that it's 2 weeks, I'm giving you 2 downtime actions per week. So if things like projects or like leveling up skills, you know, stuff like that, right? And so on, that's basically where it's gonna fit in. You have 1 downtime action. Like for example, in the case of Vaccine, he has a project to make his engineer talent weapon into something much better, right? So that's just, you know, an example. You can start projects, of course, and as always, you'll find reserves, you know, little extra loot goodies, and, you know, develop your character and learn stuff, right? Because again, this is a 2-week downtime period, and obviously your actions that happened during the last mission is has an impact on the world, right, on the system. So this is basically, like I said, character development and also learning about everything. Reset our stress.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. What
Welcome
you
back.
I mean, you were muted, right?
Just from eating.
Right.
Yeah, the joke.
I was listening and don't worry.
1 stress. I mean, nobody got stress because it's downtime. Downtime by default already like takes out all the stress.
Let's go.
So it kind of heals up. That's how it works.
Wait, I thought stress was permanent.
No.
Unless I'm thinking of something else.
Downtime.
Sounds like burdens.
Downtime heals up stress.
Ah.
Last time I checked, so don't worry about that. Obviously, keep your comms open for the sake of bond tracking and stuff like experience and stress, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can still gain stress during downtime, right? Stuff can happen. But
I lose all my money in gambling.
so like essentially that's just that, right? You I'm This is a period for.
Do we
character-
select like a new minor ideal? Is that how- forget
Usually,
how-
yeah. Minor ideals are picked between scenes, and this is essentially a new scene. So,
Okay.
if there's like a new ideal you want to, keep in mind, put it on your ComCon and just tell me, of course. But I mean, it's not like it's very critical, right? But I mean, just keep it in mind. But what else? I mean,
Can my
yeah.
ideal be investigating? Because I mentioned like at the end of last season, shall we call it,
Yeah.
that Odin was going to like start investigating the thing, like what happened with Architect, and like trying to figure out like.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
So could that be my ideal?
I mean, ideals are usually just something that like
The
that gives
minor
you
ideals are already
motivation.
kind of set out.
I mean, I feel like if
okay.
you make your ideal with something you're gonna do, it feels a little bit redundant, right?
I
I mean, you already have the power of literally going.
mean,
wherever
I
you
cannot.
want. So
A lot of my ideals are that minor that suggested stuff was like I can just say then, oh, I'm gonna do that now. So that's why I was confused. But okay.
yeah, exactly.
Quick question, Fluffy.
Well,
Considering my current project is refining my prototype weapon and all that, and it is tied to the engineer skill, what happens if I complete that, but also later down the line I update my engineer skill?
I mean, you'll just keep the new weapon and that's improved, right? So that's the whole idea. Like, I know the talent already gives you like an
It's just
upgraded-
when you upgrade your engineering skill, you gain access to. When you go up levels, the weapon gets better.
Yeah, exactly. But that project idea here is that it gives you something that doesn't do, right? That the talent doesn't give you.
Ah, I see.
I mean, for
So there's like an extra stat that's exclusive.
yeah,
I see.
just an
I see.
extra like a little extra little thingy, right? It'll be added to your to the weapon, so don't worry too much about it. I mean, later on when you finish it, you can put it on your pilot sheet, right? I'm pretty sure on your pilot sheet you can put like like
Here's a real
some
XP.
sort of
Just sort of make
equipment
sure
or
you have
something.
anything.
Yeah,
What the hell was that?
Rocky was
Turn your radio off. I'm trying to work
Pictures
here.
on his phone.
Rocky is in real life sitting behind you.
But I'm pretty sure that you could just put in your notes later in ComCon itself if you need
I
to.
see. I see. Fair enough.
I'm not sure. I mean, you'll figure it out later when you get there. But I'll
Yeah,
have it.
you can edit shit. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I have notes. I got the notes. So, yeah. And well, what else? What was I saying? I mean, I think I explained it like fair enough, right? So 2 weeks downtime. We're gonna be dealing with like, starting with first week. I'm just gonna do the same thing I did last time, where I just ask each one of you what you do, and you kind of role play it out. Like, again, there's like sections of the All-Seer for everywhere you go. So each section, you just kind of like tell me like a usual day, right? So that's how it works. So pretty much that, yeah. So who wants to go first? Who wants to tell me what happens during the first week of after that? In the middle of the first week of that disastrous thing. Of course, I just want to tell you. I mean, it's obvious, but stuff on the ship, also reflects on what happened. Like, you might not be in the planet Nora itself, but there's always stuff happening on the ship that has been impacted, or at least shows that the whole, stuff that happened, right? So, yeah.
Basically, basically actions happen that have affected the ship in some way.
Yeah, news, news, stuff like that, communications, moods. I mean, come
The
on.
soldiers on fucking edge because a planet got cracked.
Yeah, pretty much. Stuff like that happens. Again, your orders were just to rest up and just, get your practice in, usual soldier stuff, right? So, that's how it works. So, again, who wants to go next? Tell me, who wants to go first and explain to me what you do during your lovely time?
How do you move your icons not in the grid?
Hold shift while dragging it.
Oh.
True.
Wait, shift doesn't work.
Hold, like, when you're dragging it, hold
Well, you
shift.
pick it up, then hold shift.
Oh, that way.
So, who should go first? So, I have to start throwing names.
Which
And
ring
start
is it
calling on
for?
the class.
What ring is it again for? Like, where my mech is, so I can do shit to it.
It's on the left wing.
Left wing. Got ya. I was unsure it was down armory.
As far as it goes, the middle under is where you're actually stationed at. Because that's like, you're like a secret crew. Well, not really secret, but kind of like unknown for everybody else on the ship. So,
Well, I'm thinking this is just where we want to go first after.
yeah, I mean, again, I just
Waking
want to say
up.
that the part of like, dealing with your mech, like sorting it all out, that's kind of like, by default, it's already like part of it, right? I mean, you can still explain it, but I'm just asking more like, what do you do off of that, like, what's like the extra stuff you're doing with your mech that requires to be explained, So,
Yes.
so if you need to like be reminded of what you can do on each place, I mean, again, middle under is basically where you all are. Storage is basically where it's stored, like, their mechs and stuff, the hangar. But yeah, just tell you who wants to go first and explain what the hell you're gonna do, so you can get to it.
Well, for me, I'm going to continue with finding my weapon since last time I hardly made much progress, and I really need the extra firepower if the fucking Liberator's anything to go by.
So you go first. Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to advance your project, right?
Yeah.
So last time we checked, your project involves retooling, refining your weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is what pilot skill of yours comes into play here for dealing with it?
Need to look this again. It's been a long fucking while.
Has it? I'm pretty sure it was hack or fix.
Invent and create, I think.
I mean, it works. Both of them are like sort of the same. Again, like usual. Below 10, it's just one progress. Above 10 is 2, and if you get like more than a 20, it's 3.
So D20 plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I roll in this again?
If you double click your pilot, I mean, if you just click on it and then go to pilot narrative. Oh. No, I was just not trying to scan like that.
Pilot narrative. There it is. There it is.
Right. So you just click on the button and it should open up the wing.
Well, if I could just add plus 2 in the result, whatever.
Yeah, you can just. Yeah, already automatically.
That's
does it.
better.
Nice.
Right. So a 13.
Above 10?
13. And I mean that's a 15, right? Yeah. So that's just like plus 2 segments to your prototype weapon. Again, you do it on your ComCon for me.
Yeah. I got it.
I
got it.
later intend to having like a custom landing page for each one of you that could also include the experience, stress, and clocks, stuff like that. But I mean, not right now. I feel like it's a little bit unnecessary. I'm focused on doing other stuff with the landing pages. So, also I should also inform that at least the system view page also includes like news at the top. Those are actually like stuff you kind of know. It's more like a default thing that you kind of know about it. So you can always refer to that place when when dealing, when wanting to know what's like the general view of the world.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so
fancy.
thank you. It's not finished
Wait,
yet, but I hope
wait.
you finish it.
Wait, well, how do you access it again?
In the top.
click-
Go to system view at the top and then double click
Top.
mission logs or squad.
No, it's just at the top.
It's kind of top lefty for me on the top of my
It's at
screen.
The system view is like right at the top.
Oh, system view, that.
And the phrase at the top is what it is.
Toggle
Still-
navigation.
I still don't have it all finished yet, so a lot of these ones don't work. But the idea later is to have, at the very least, how is it? Each planet being clickable, factions, basically just make it more like a proper hub for information that you want to know. So that's just basically, it's not too important right now, but the only thing that matters right now, that phrase at the top is more like a general description of what's going on the system itself of Olympus. So
Basically what the average layman is
yeah,
seeing. Like.
that's pretty much it. That will always be updated, usually after every mission, obviously. So during downtime, it will update based on how much time progresses and so on. So you can always assume that your characters are, in the very least, in the know-how of that phrase.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, So considering that, let's just proceed with what you were doing. So, vaccine, you go down to the left wing, the hangar, as per usual, right? Because it's basically you made your own little, not like a little hut, but you kind of have like your own spot around the containers and hangars. So that's where you kind of work on your thing. Because again, this weapon itself, you already know it's like this big beam weapon of the sorts, but you're kind of like optimizing it. Again, you already.
I ain't doing just that either. I'm of course adding my own levate to the mech and all that.
Exactly, because again,
Which you'll see in a bit, or next session whenever we're in combat again.
yeah, fit into the frame and so on. Because again, all of you have like custom frames, but yeah. So after you did like a little progress on it. This is your only downtime action for this week. Next week you can go buy it again if you want. There's no big deal. You can do something else. But no, like what's the little extra stuff that you do for this day in particular? Is there like something specific that you do? Like, do you just do the usual you did before? Would you go like looking for some more scrap or like some little extra tidbits, or is there just want to like get in the know-how more what's going on?
Big think. Search for more scrap.
Okay. Well, I mean, again, like before, last time you went searching for this sort of stuff, right? You kind of came along some smart weaponry. Stuff
Yeah,
that you
I'm a smart ammo. That's
yeah, your smart ammo. You didn't go, you didn't really like apply it to your weapons in the moment, right? So, in a sense, you still do have that, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
You still do have the smart ammo thing. But at least now, looking for this sort of stuff, is there something specific you're looking for that you'd like to have? Like, what is exactly that you want in specific? This could be anything in terms of gameplay, just so you know. Also, I sure hope music is playing, because I...
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it is.
Cool.
I'm probably gonna like see if there's like any additional like medical books as well that's like laying around. But try to brush up on that a little bit in like downtime.
Like improve on your own personal medical skills, in a sense. Yeah, like as a pilot, right? Not as
It's more like to go with the worst and stuff like that. And
right. 'Cause, I mean, again, the only experience. Well, you've applied your skills before with dealing with, first of all, dealing with Rocky Bone Town on that situation, and then later with Odin himself. But again, considering that it's been half a week since those events, it makes sense to try and like.
And of course, get accustomed to whatever medical tech they have around on the ship. This stuff is like space age to me and all that.
Of course. So, in that case, so you just want to improve on your medical skills, right?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I would say, let me just check here. Just a moment.
And of course, after seeing Odin get almost like burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I would say that in this case, would you mind? I mean, no, actually, no. I mean, I feel wrong asking for a role because Lance is not really focused around that, on asking people for roles. So I would say that in your moment of going over to medical, right? I'm assuming you're going over to medical. So I mean, in the moment of going over to medical, it's more like just kind of going there. Of course, there's like hospitals and the usual clinics and so on that Odin's already very much accustomed to. But also just going there, you can kind of like, even if this stuff is different from what you're used to, you kind of know your way about and know what can help you up with soaring with the future, improving your skills, right? De-rusting and so on. So in that case, you can here I mean I could say that you could find. Sorry, I'm just thinking here. I don't want to like go overboard right away with like a bunch of loot to give, but
Yeah.
Let think here. You know, I feel like in this case, what I could help you find here is something sort of not one-to-one to what Odin used the last mission. You know, kinetic drugs and so on, stim packs and whatever. But this is kind of more like a more soldier duty grade stim packs. So
It's soldier grade rather than experimental soldier grade.
pretty much, yeah, that's one way to put it. It's not on that level. So in that case, as a reserve, or in this case, more like some permanent loot. I mean, if you could bring, of course, on your mission, rather than, I mean, obviously you still have your stim packs, right? But instead of bringing your normal stim packs, you could bring over some more like better ones. Considering that stim packs by default right now, I mean, as the way, you know, right now you have like patch, right? That's like how it is, right? But in this case, what you would bring instead of patch would be more like, you know, actual stims, you know, something more appropriate. So I'm just gonna note this down. I'm still not, you know, I have to like make it inside a foundry, of course. So
Actually, hold on. I need to sort out reserves. Forgot to add smart armor on here. There we go.
yeah. But I mean, I just mean inside a foundry. I'll sort it out later. I have it noted down, so don't worry if it's not in your sheet inside a foundry. But later, I mean, what matters is more like for when you're about to go on a mission, right? So I have it noted down. Do not worry.
Cheers.
So in that case, you find appropriate stims. I'll later add it onto your sheet. And beyond just finding, you know, those stims, you know, kind of wanting to improve on your medical skills, what comes after for vaccine on, you know, what else next to handle?
Probably get myself a drink and probably get an idea of the situation going down on Nora.
Okay, that's fair. So in that case, going over to the dream, you know, R&R still left wing, right? Obviously there's like a couple of bars here and there on the left wing, but considering that it's more, again, you know, again, the Alcir is a massive capital ship that is very much similar to stuff, you know, pretty much like internal malls, stuff like that, you know. It has like a huge city aesthetic and vibes to it, considering how it's organized, because again, a lot of people here just spend like a lot of their lives in there. So
kind of like, say, what's the name of that place in Mass Effect?
the Citadel?
Yeah, the Citadel. Kind of like the Citadel.
Yeah. I haven't really played Mass Effect myself, so I don't know how the Citadel actually is, like, completely. I know what the Citadel is a thing and it exists, but, you know. But yeah, so finding your way, like, down to the bar, one of the bars at least. So heading on over there, you can kind of, like, you know, going around with all these, like, soldiers and all that, connected soldiers, just move around here and there. Like, as you just kind of, you sometimes get a little bit of like gossip of what's, you know, stuff that's on people's minds, right? But the bar is like the perfect place for trying to get a bearing on what's going on. So, as you know, already by default, as something you just kind of learned during this first week, is that as it stands, Nora is currently going to some intense earthquakes on the impact zone, as well as with, you know, still rescue teams and response units are still on course working with local military. But there's also something that really piqued your mind and your interest, is the fact that discontent with the connected is going on the rise. So just being at the bar kind of helps you get a bit of a better idea of what's, you know, exactly going on. This is more like just, you know, something you just kind of listen, but also just you know, television, you know, news on the TV and stuff like that, right? So from what you, just from being there for like, you know, a drink, which I would say like what, half an hour or so,
Yeah.
soldiers come and go, TV still plays all the way, but the main takeaway that you get from the television itself, from the headlines and so on, is one very obvious thing that has occurred is the fact that Nora's casualties have piled up to some very extreme levels. Like we're talking they're not giving exact numbers yet, but they're still counting them up, of course. But this is something that the news, remarks right away. This is more like a headline from Nora itself and reporters reporting this tragic loss of human life. But there's also the fact that they do inform on how connected responders have been. Thousands of teams have been deployed to get as many civilians away from the impact zone, which has one thing that you do notice is the fact that it's been named as Nora's rupture event. That's kind of like what you can take away from your moment of having a drink.
So no exact figures yet? Is there like a ballpark, like 6 figures, 7?
There's no exact figures yet.
Nice.
This can either be like, intentional or something just they don't know yet. But that's basically what the headlines tells you.
Nice. For context, this is like shortly after the whole debrief last session and all that.
This is like in the middle of the first week. The
Nice.
first half week, so 3 to 4 days, give or take, have passed.
Alright. Just so I get an idea.
Yeah. Anything else in specific you'd like to do? Or would you like close off your, this day in particular off? I mean, it's fine. Remember, you don't have to like do everything right away. Obviously. And also, we're not really like strapped for time, just so you know. Like, just want to clarify for everybody. Like, it's fine if the downtime doesn't finish all in one session. It's fine. Just know.
Yeah,
that...
no, I'm not trying to rush things. I'm not trying to rush things.
I'm just saying for everybody. So have as much time as you want to do what your character wants to do.
Probably try and unwind a bit.
Okay, well, in that case, just, unwinding to finish up the day. Considering that,
checking out, whatever probably like check out media that context, my character doesn't exactly have much access to, shows and media during their life. So they're kind of just, checking out, shows and all that probably for the first time, like, ever.
That's fair. I mean, obviously you can kind of like keep this note down as well as, as Vaccine develops as a character. But,
yeah.
Right, so, after like spending some time at the bar, figuring out some news from what you can take away, and then moving on to just unwinding with media. I mean, the stuff that you kind of find on the Allseer, on the R&R, is just stuff that things like libraries that have like a readily accessible books, and also, in this case, like rooms to, videos, DVDs, stuff like that, but, sci-fi. I don't know, probably not DVDs, but something of the sort.
Lore-wise, does like each system kind of have its own library of stuff, or is most of like the media just kind of shared throughout the galaxy, at least like Uni and space?
In this case, the Union hasn't like
it does like each system have their own Netflix, or is Netflix across the entire galaxy? Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, this is like its own unique system, right? The media doesn't go like across galaxies, so. All that you get and understand from here is all part of the Olympus system, which you're in right now. And
nice.
A lot of the stuff that you have, R&R and stuff like that, is kind of like a collective gathering of a bunch of stuff that's been obtained from each planet. Nora, Tusfi, Ceodon, all that. So
I'm not expecting to find Rocky's show or something.
no, I mean. I'm pretty sure that that's all the very archaic stuff. Again.
No, come on, I'm still relevant.
I mean, stuff like Rocky's show, right? This is stuff like from other systems. Of course, it's like culture kind of spreads around, right? But considering the fact that one of the ways into Olympus is through like the Blink Gate at Seas, the main planet.
Mm-hmm.
Export and import of, stuff like that is probably on the low priorities, something like that, you know. I mean, there's always other ways to get it apart from just a click gate, but you know.
So there's like people who like smuggle like VHS tapes and like stuff from other systems.
Stuff like
and
that,
all
yeah. You know, sharing your
Maybe not
folder.
VHS tapes. This is like fucking year 3000, but you get what I mean.
But still, like just being there for vaccine, it's all like you said, it's all very new for him, even but this is like a mix of just about every planet. So it's not like you're gonna get something like truly important, but unwinding for vaccine in this case would just be like just a quote unquote indulging with what might as well just be like some flicks and stuff that, you know, actual movies and so on, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean in that case, that's just about it for vaccines, like, you know, first turn, right? I mean this is essentially like per turns, right? Because later on we have like a second turn for the second week. So Kai, you said you wanted to go next? Okay. Ah, the benefits of typing. You already have it all ready and set up. Okay. Alright, so in that case, for you, 10-4, of course, going into engineering, you know, you kind of like fit in a sense compared to half of everybody else, right? But for that project in particular, I would say that it's around 6 slices, right? And in this case, extra speed. This would mean, you know, something like, what are you exactly looking for? Are you looking for just plus one speed, plus 2 speed? You know, I mean, you just tell me what exactly you want, right? And I can give you plus 1 boost speed in particular. Okay. I mean, let's just keep it simple. Just make it 1 speed in general. So, in that case, since it's just 1 speed, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you, yeah, just 1 boost speed. So, for 1 boost speed, you can start like a new project, which is 6 slices, like I said. I don't know if you have your ConCon open. If you do, okay, if you do, in that case, in ConCon, in your pilot roster, I mean, when your pilot sheet, if you click on bonds, right? And bonds itself, this is basically, there's a part called other clocks, I think. Yeah, add new clock, and then just type in the name, what you want, and the description as what you're gonna get, which is one boost speed. So make it 6 parts. And after that, in this case, I would like for you to roll, you know, the appropriate skill as a bonus for, you know, tinkering with your mech, right? Because again, this is like looking for upgrading the boosters of your new frame. And it'll be like the same way how Vaccine did it, where it's like below 10 it's just 1 slot, above 15 2, and more than 20 is 3. Whatever skill you think is more appropriate. I mean, I'll look, because I don't remember. I'll look. In this case, yeah, Hacker Fix. You can use Hacker Fix. Yeah, okay, well, in that case, it's 2 slots for the clock, so you might as well just put it down right away in your ConCon. And just to remember to everybody, be sure you're logged in, so later when you sync, the progress is saved. But okay, after that, you know, you spend your time adjusting the boosters of your new frame, right, to give it that little kick to help you with that situation in particular, right? And just you're still again in the engineering line, just like everyone else. Of course, this can all happen within the same time frame or in different time frames of that day in particular. And I'm sure you're typing me up the rest of what follows up.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be like back in like 5 minutes.
Alright.
Yeah, sure. Alright, guy, Lolo's gone. You can get on mic.
Oh no, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, again, in the engineering, everything is kind of like readily accessible in this case. So this is not exactly a complication. Even the soldiers or engineers around the area don't exactly have like they don't like bat an eye or anything like that. So this is not, it won't have exactly an impact on you as 10-4. I mean, this is just, again, like I said, it's just charging up his bodysuit and so on. But you can still, you know, after that, you can still look around for something else, you know, because again, reserves and so on. So if there's something in specific you also want to have as like a little extra loot, just in case for next mission or any other future mission, right? This is just stuff you just tell me, you know, like what would 10-4 do?
I'm gonna go grab something to drink. I'll be right back.
Right.
Also, you can always pull up your funny little guy when it's your turn. Just for clarification's sake. Don't feel inclined, but that's the purpose of the funny guys show up on screen. Oh man, sure, but just having it up on screen is also nice. So, it's just awesome, okay.
Unrelated to the progress, you may see Fortnite pop up. I promise I'm not actually playing it.
It's fine.
They got Fortnite in the ship? The game lasted for 1,000 years?
The self-repairing AI working the servers.
That's not far off what the future wants. Those companies want, really.
It'd be so cool if Flamman got a skin. He is a famous celebrity.
Well, funny enough, I was in the shop. However, after some accident with some teenagers, they removed my skin and took it off everyone's accounts. Anyway.
I mean, it's okay. You still have like another week as well. You can just tell me something in general. You don't have to exactly type it all out in roleplay if you don't want to feel that guilty. But you know, it's fine. Take your time. Yeah, of course. This ship basically has everything, so whatever comes to mind, you just say it and I'll tell you. But yes, in this case, self-defense training areas, just like how mech training areas, of course, exist. Self-defense training areas is pretty much on par to soldiers like you who are very much focused on just improving themselves. Okay. In that case, you know, training himself mentally the entire day, Jesus. In that case, for, you know, spending his time just training there. No, of course, I know, considering who he is. In this case, just doing that, you know, challenging himself, practicing, putting in the hours and work, putting in the day, really, into just being a better soldier. Is something just kind of like earns you, at the very least, just 1 XP on your bonds, so you can put down like 1 XP extra for just spending his day working on just VR, like as a soldier, of course. Okay, nice. And then I'm assuming that's just how you wrap up one of the days of his week, right? I mean, considering the fact that everything that happened, right? But it's not something that Arton himself is really concerned about with the stuff that's happening. I mean, it's fine, just so you know. I'm just asking. Because also, just again, like for everybody else, this is stuff happening for each person, you know? Stuff that you learn and relate with others is also entirely up to you and what you learn and all that stuff.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Welcome back.
of course.
Thank you.
10-4 is here for the mission itself. That's fair. Okay then. Mission is quality. That's right. So again, project and XP. That's just your first turn week. Who next wants to have a turn on the downtime business? Lolo, Scape, Nico, BR. Step up now.
Someone pop off.
I was muted. I can go. if
Okay,
want
you
me
go
to.
then.
Alright.
Tell me then.
So, on the first week, following the events that went down, Odin would still be sort of like obsessed about trying to prove not necessarily his innocence, but that he would not want his like near mech to be like associated with that, or he would like try to find more evidence about like who's actually responsible for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So of course he can do that from here, I imagine.
Yes, of course. In that case, I'm assuming you want to invoke your power, or not really?
No, I don't have that power yet.
Oh.
This is the bond power of take a walk. So here's what I'm thinking. Basically, my plan was that I was gonna have Odin basically like be preparing for that walk, so to speak.
Oh, so just kind of like getting to know a bit more about the way how you would act out that plan, then, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's basically planning. So he's like researching about the place, like the planet, the place where Architect is. He would be researching about like what would be like the best way for him to get in and out of the ship without being noticed, that sort of thing.
All right. So, considering that you want to do that, you want to learn, just in your own personal opinion, well, how do you think would be the steps of getting to understand that? I mean, again, you're in the right wing, right? But where exactly do you want to be in to try and get an idea for this?
I think the big thing would be Odin would like. Does this ship have like? How should I put this? Does this ship have like an influx of people? Like, are there people like going in and out and going to like planets and stuff like that?
In this case, yes. It's not extremely like common, in the sense as in like you kind of just see it like rarely. Like you do see ships go in and out of the All-Seer from time to time when you're like gaze through the windows and so on, because again this is orbiting around the Z's, like the main planet. You do see ships coming in and out, sometimes just tiny ships, but what you do notice right away is always just more like frigates and stuff like that, like some real cruiser class ships going in and out. So it doesn't really tell you right away if they're just circling soldiers or just officers and so on. So your sense of knowing when things like go in and out essentially is a little bit scuffed, but you can tell that they are coming from somewhere. I mean, this is definitely familiar to right about the left wing. When you were there, you saw all the signs in relation to like a hangar and so on.
What would Odin try to do is he would try to figure out if there's like any ships or frigates as it said,
Yeah.
that do sort of like a back and forth from the planet where Architect is, or anywhere around that area. That would be like his starting point, I'd say.
Oh, that's fair then. Well, again, in that case, you're probably going around, just going around, in the sense, the capital itself, right? The capital itself, which is essentially like the bridge of the ship, you know, primary communication rooms and so on. And
Could I
this
possibly like go like check out like the what's it called? Shuttle records?
shuttle records, well, that in that case will be actually more of a high clearance area, right? Because this particular area is more accustomed to officers, you know, generals, captains, and so on, right? So trying to get a hold of shuttle records would, you know, you just gotta tell me, how would you think of acquiring shuttle records considering that you don't have that much clearance as just the mercenary working in part of the thing?
I think Odin would like.
You can always pick
God, the problem
rolls
is
and
that-
stuff. It's completely fine to just want to roll for it.
Can I, wait. You wanted to just roll for it?
You can. I'm telling you that that's always on. You can roll for it if you want. Like if you.
All right.
And I'll just tell you, like, just bring in whatever skill you want, considering you have a lot of skills specific to that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He would try to basically like nonchalantly like sneak, not necessarily sneak, but like you know, like a hide in plain sight sort of thing, where like just kind of walk along with into a place like you're supposed to be there to start with.
No, of course. I'm assuming that for this full purpose and concerns, he actually put on the connected outfit, right? Or does he still keep his usual attire?
Right. So here's the thing. Since now he's actually trying to be discreet about this, I imagine that possibly like someone else on the team would have at some point been confused because they see like some dude that they've never seen around here before walking around. They see this like short Korean guy with black hair and like no eye patch walking around in a connected uniform, just kind of like walking towards the capital.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm sure everyone has like their own little reactions, but considering that it's a little bit split up in terms of mood and certainty, considering what happened, I feel like, I don't know if anybody comment on that. Probably no. But
I say in the sense of like, okay, so here's the thing about Odin's look, right? You look at him as like he's very unique in like the way how he looks, but that's also because he's wearing a lot of stuff that he doesn't need to.
of course,
Right?
yeah.
Like he dyes his hair, he's always wearing the eye patch, so he's always like sort
He's
of extra
extra.
flashy. Yeah, he's super extra. So this time, because he's actually trying to be discreet, he's actually like not being extra. So he removed like all the accessories. He's like got the dye off his hair. He's not wearing the fucking bullet earring,
Of course. Well, yeah.
etc., etc., etc.
I get it. I can see it in my head. But I mean, considering the results of your dice roll, and again, he's actually trying to be discreet. I mean, just following along in this area and so on, just kind of walking, merging with some of the other connected officers, which, mind you, do have different uniforms compared to just a soldier. So the closer did you try to follow somebody's footsteps?
He's doing like the Bill Clinton kid.
So the closer, I mean, you're just going in and just trying to go as far as you can to try and get your goal of shuttle records. This is eventually something that kind of like your plan in specific kind of gets foiled, if it makes sense, where at some point an officer, like, you know, they kind of go, you're following along some officers, they go into a room and you just kind of mess up trying to go in there, right? And since you're in search of shuttle records, just trying to look through the door and seeing how far you end up in what might as well be like a restricted area for you. This is kind of already giving you a sense of idea and scale of what exactly would be the best spot to find shuttle records, because just walking around these halls, there's like signs here and there, right? So stuff that points towards, you know, specific areas, and obviously doors that are locked because you can't actually go through them. But this is kind of like a good start for your idea of trying to figure out where to go, right? So, but this is the maximum as you can go, because again, the doors get closed on you. You kind of lose track of who you were following, and after that, you kind of consider that you've already like gone as far as you could. But for next time, you kind of start to get an idea. You know, you already have an idea of what to do next for when you want to try again. Because again, the day is still going. Again, this is like an entire week in a sense. So you don't have to.
So this was like the first week.
Yeah.
Should I get started second week already, or?
No. Second week we'll do it all together. Like it's like a second round basically, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But in a sense, just trying to do this little exploration that gives you like a little 1 XP. So you could put that down on your comp con.
Yay!
But after that, right, you know, just kind of like backtrack your steps and go back to a more generalized area. What does Odin do for like this day?
Well, after he went through like the entire thing, like his plan didn't go as far as he'd like to. His immediate reaction would be to then, well, first things first, I would need to like go. He would like go back to his room, and then you know, go back into his usual look. He would like ditch the uniform, dye his hair back on, put the eye patch back, and then after that, he would start looking into getting his mech set up.
That's fair. And there anything...
So
yeah, but considering the
go
fact
ahead.
that no, considering the fact that again, like I mentioned, everyone's kind of like already in a sense getting used to their mechs and practicing and like preparing it and so on. Is there like something extra and specific, considering that, you know, there's like a downtime action, which is more for big stuff?
So, actually, hold on. Let me type this to you in DMs.
Okay.
Hold on.
Alright, then keep your secrets.
Alright then, keep your secrets. And just so you know, again, I am busy on Discord, so if you ever message me, you have to tell me out loud.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm DMing to you right now.
Being the Emma. I appreciate the extra glaggles being added to my comment. True.
Alright. So, Odin would just, like, go over to, like, the hangar. And would do the thing that was mentioned, DMs. And just, like, basically in a matter of, like, you know, like, an hour or so, he would, like, type a bunch of stuff into the printer, the Mac printer in the hangar, and it would start printing Fenrir.
Fair. As you know, considering what you just told me here, in the case of like a little quote-unquote bonus, and you know, for your downtime action itself, just printing like the mech to begin with itself just kind of like will give you in this case a new clock, right? I'm gonna give you a new clock, and this one will be,
oh boy.
this one will just be a 6 slice one, and for this one I might as well call it, I don't know if I should DM
Not until Odin fucking dies.
No, actually this one, you can call this one, I mean, I feel like clocks themselves can be I don't know if it's too bad to keep them private or public, I mean,
Mhm.
it's not like...
You can DM me the title if you want as well. We can keep it all secret, just to fuck with everyone.
Okay. Let me just type it out then.
Right. Or you can type it to me and then I shout it out loud in panic. Oh, cool. I think we can say that name out loud.
Sure.
It's fucked up enough, but like vague enough.
Sure.
Alright. Unlocking reality clock.
So this is just a 6 slice clock, and you can immediately add 1 slice to it just for after printing out this the Fenrir itself.
EP.
This is just so you know, like for you as well, just to be clear, this is something that it's just more like a subconscious thing for Odin itself. So later on, you can do as you see fit with what I've told you. But that is, in a sense, a downtime action.
I feel like I should be scared about now.
So hold on, I guess I should move here.
Wait, be you scared of what?
Scared
worry
of
about
this
it.
clock.
I didn't even hear what the clock was called.
You wouldn't be scared of a clock, would you?
It's called this. I mean, I'm
The
sure
clock is called Unlocking Reality.
you can just say, just post it here, like straight up the same thing.
Alright.
This is what it is.
Love
So,
is a forest pilot.
so that is basically just 1 slice for your clock. And is there
One
like
slice for your
anything more
clock.
extra you want to do before closing off this day, or just want to leave it for next week? Is there like, like some gossip or...
I don't know. Like I've already done like 2 things and everyone did 1, so I feel guilty already. I'm taking too much time.
I mean, it's fine.
That's fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's
Again,
good.
there's stuff is happening around the ship and so on, so you're not obligated to find out what's happening on the ship, just so you know. This is kind of like for everybody.
I would say after that, Odin would since his mech is sprinting and his whole thing investigation already kind of flopped for the week. He would spend the rest of the week kind of not necessarily talking to the people around the ship, but sort of people watching.
Oh, that's fair.
As he's kind of just walking around and listening into conversation with people and hearing gossip, news and stuff.
Of course. So.
And I'll roll my word on the streets. Yay!
damn,
Now I
okay.
roll good.
That's fair then. Oh damn. All right. So
Yeah.
using war on the street in this case then will actually get you a little bit, stuff at 16. Okay. So based on just gossiping and just listening on what soldiers, walking around the area and so on in R&R, right? You Odin, considering that fact that Vaccine listened to other stuff, right? You, Odin, what you understand based on what some soldiers have been gossiping about is that Nora itself seems to have suffered a temporary government collapse, which has been currently put on hold with connected forces because the soldiers there have been commenting on having to do a routine and having to move out to to Nora itself, considering the situation that's happening. So this is kind of you can understand that these soldiers that you kind of been hearing about are a little bit upset the fact that they have to go to Nora, but the main takeaway is the fact that the government is a little bit on pause, if it makes sense. Again,
It's good they blew up Nora if everyone hates it. Sorry, I look bad.
so that's kind of what you understand. Again, personally, you as Odin understand. So you do this information as you see fit. And I assume that's about it for your day.
Pretty much.
Okay, so who next then?
I can go.
All right, get your stupid face off the screen, Odin.
What the
That's so
hell?
fucking mean of you. What's wrong with you, Fluffy?
So
I'm the only one who remembered to put it up, and now
Yeah,
that's how you
come on, BR.
crazy.
Fluffy's turning evil, everyone. Back away.
I do want to point out for the session's sake that Kai 10-4 did put their image up after their session was completed.
It's true. It was just a bit delayed.
Oh, wow! 10-4 jump scare.
Go on, man.
It's
All right.
only you that tagged.
All right, the Pyramid. Well,
He's so happy.
oh man, what a rough mission that was. My mech exploded by choice, and then we got stormed by those assholes. God, I could just really use a burger. If you all would just check out your Fire with Fire session, you can see how I've been doing.
Oh my
for the past
god!
week.
Oh my god! This is incredible.
Need to take a couple days R&R to
God.
get my mind back in the game.
Damn.
Spending like a whole day. A couple of days off eating burger off the floor.
Yeah,
Just
What
a
leak,
day
he
or
just
two.
posted this.
Does he just do that like every? Is just that how does he eats every day? Shirtless
No.
on the floor?
This is a special situation because
Yeah.
he's really bummed out. Like he's falling back on hard times. The whole thing with Rocky is he's doing this because he needs money because he's washed up, and so this is one of his old vestiges. But he doesn't like to do this often. Again, this was drawn by Serb as well.
Does this
But,
mean that
I know, amazing.
Does this mean that you have like a burden to add to your depressive
Sandman
state?
Hasselhoff.
Do you
a
have
burden to add to my what?
a burden. So clocks, bonds have this thing called burdens, which is basically
Sure.
traumas that you have to go through during downtimes. But I mean,
This is more of a lifetime long thing. I don't think it's
okay, never mind.
Well,
then.
I don't know, maybe we
The
can if
burden
it's
is looking that good.
Yeah.
if it adds some spice to it, we can. I don't
No,
really
no,
mind.
it's fine. Actually, no, there's no need. It's fine.
Okay.
There's no need for a burden.
Well,
So,
after I had my burger, I decided, I've been texting my buddy, my intel contact here on the
Buddy
ship, and I want to mess. I'm gonna meet up with him, get a damn drink,
oh, okay.
if you will.
Roll away then. I mean, Bradford absolutely accepts.
Okay. What would you like me to roll? I can roll my charm to make sure he comes out or something.
Whichever one you prefer. That seems more appropriate to what you want to do, right? Because like, get a damn drink is, how is it again? It's just a simple little. Yeah, get a damn drink is an action itself, right? So just roll away.
I actually can't find myself. Oh, there I am.
Just
Okay,
roll the
here we
pies
go.
that you desire.
Let's see.
And I'll also happily pull up my Bradford representative.
Thank you.
No
Okay,
way.
so I have +2 on this one. Hopefully it calculates proper. That's too many. Also, that was terrible.
You don't need to put accuracy. It's just 1d20 plus 2.
One moment. But do that again. This is not a reroll. That is just a... Well, it sucks.
Oh my
You can always
god.
just click like what? What do you want to use? You just want to use charm? Is that what you want to use?
That is my highest one. I don't know what to ask of him just now. I just want to talk about the whole situation with Nora, and then see if he has any like info as a boots on the ground guy working these back ends and rooms.
Right. So, considering you went with get a damn drink and rolled a 9, I guess. Should I take the 9 or the 11?
They're both
Just
pretty
got
terrible.
wasted.
You know, I'll go with the 9. So,
Sure.
they'll just resolve that afterwards. So, spending your time with Bradford, like again, you go out with a drink with him, right? Kind of like hitting him up this time is completely fine for him.
Mhm.
So, you can put up your funny little guy on the screen if you want. So you can use your funny emotions, because I know you have so many.
Let's see. What's a good? Oh man, I broke it again.
It's just going away. You just left click to bring him up. But how is it again? So again, Bradford, as you know, he's just like a bit of a chill guy, a bit of a fan of yours and so on. And being able to meet up with you, right? Kind of sort of makes his day in a sense, right? So
Oh yeah.
Bradford immediately, like, what do? You asked him about what's the situation going on with Nora, right?
Yeah, how he feels about what he knows because we haven't been told as much as some of the other people.
I told as much. Okay, so. Well, Rocky, I don't know what to tell you, but this whole Nora thing, I just don't follow. I'm not very much of a political guy, alright? I'm just a guy in the gunnery section of the ship, so. I mean, I don't really keep up with the news, but some of my buddies here just seem really. I mean, I would say upset about the whole thing. I mean, I would be upset too, right? Because that's a lot of dead people, right? I mean, you saw the count?
I mean, a lot of those must have been fellow fans just like you. And then I reach out my finger, my big rhino finger, like too uncomfortably close to him. But he doesn't mind it, but it's like one of those, he keeps seeing the perspective of my finger coming out.
I'm just thinking about that stupid gif from Smiling Friends.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
So, I mean, of course. He
Also
doesn't
here,
mind
we're near the gunnery.
yeah, you can go. No, not the gunnery. You're at the R&R. You're just chilling. He actually came down here to chill with you. So,
That was
Bradford,
nice of him.
of course, doesn't mind. And yeah, oh yeah, of course, you know, Rocket, absolutely. But I mean, again, I just don't really know. We got like some people going out there. Got some people figuring out what to do. I mean, I'm just a gunnery soldier. I don't really get called up for these jobs. Just a bunch of grunts and soldiers have to deal with it.
Hey, I'm curious there, Bradford. You work in the gunnery. You might have seen like a big junk segment that might pass through recently. Maybe some destroyed mechs that were turned into cubes or something. I don't know. Maybe some refuse.
Maybe. I might have seen something go over on research and development back there. I mean, sometimes stuff just goes in and out all the time. I just see cargo drones pulling stuff in and out. I mean, I never really pay attention to it. Why are you asking?
Well, maybe if you happen to see something that looks like I don't know, maybe not like a black box of sorts, but something that might record some actions that happened on a recent mission. I'm looking to get hands on that for reasons of my own, just to make a funny video.
Oh,
Uh,
I mean, that's a little bit above what I have clearance for, honestly. But I mean, I could go check with some. You don't have to do a charm. He's already like a million.
Oh my god, that was a 22.
He's
Oh my
he's
God.
already like extremely charmed by you. That 20 is just like the natural because he's already charmed by default.
Yeah, just
Can't
make
believe
the soldier blush.
I like how you basically just went, so yeah, I basically want to make a live leak video.
Show him the photo.
It's a little embarrassing. I'll give it to him as a bonus if he does a good job.
You just slip it in his shirt pocket.
Yeah, hey, this
Later.
one's for you. Don't tell your friends.
When he's on the shuttle to wait to war, he noticed like a bit of paper like slightly cutting into his thigh or something. He takes it out. It's like, what the fuck is this?
But
You know, you have like receipts when you go to the shop, sort of like that.
But I mean,
And,
like, Bradford just kind of like, he was just explaining how he doesn't exactly have clearance or any know-abouts of how to get around, stuff like what you asked, which is like black box. But he definitely tells you to go, maybe perhaps analytics itself has that sort of info. If it's something related to like mission laws or progress or just, weird spooky stuff like that, as he says it, then analytics is probably the best bet.
I'm DMing you real quick.
Okay. The private information, this downtime is obscene. So many secrets being kept away from everybody.
As he should. It creates drama. Everybody loves drama.
Go on, there we are.
Well then, my motivation here is I want to get their unique IDs. Those damn pilgrims that done spanked our asses in that last battle. And I want to fine-tune my core power to just blast the hell out of them with extra salt. Bit extra damage on them when we see them again.
Are you
So I'm
doing
trying to
this-
get information.
So Bradford has like not exactly a good idea. What are you on about? Considering the fact that he just knows you as an actor. So, considering that you did say power at a cost, and in this case, like you mentioned, I will allow it because you will be able to get it, and this will already be in effect. So the downside here, the two downsides, is just going to be extremely risky, in the sense that you're entrusting this to Bradford to take care of it. Just a gunnery soldier who's just a
He's
big
got a
fan
face
of
I can trust.
So it's going to be risky, and also, as the other downside, is the fact that you will not be able to use your core power until you see those pilgrims, which in this case is the Liberator Squadron.
I accept those conditions.
Alright, so that being said, like like mentioned, you Bradford just kind of like, you know, he agrees, he's chill with it, you'll see what he can do for you. I mean, anything basically. So
yeah,
that's kind of like the way how you wrap up your little drinking scene. But considering how you did get a drink and you rolled a 9, this drinking session pretty much ends with you getting so drunk that you pass over the picture of your depressive state over to Bradford, who is also who's also mildly drunk as well. So
I see.
Bradford just kind of keeps the picture, and what may as well just be like an hour or so later, you kind of wake up at the bar, passed out, and likely a sort of a mild idea that yes, this picture is gone, but Bradford is like already gone as well.
He didn't even walk me back to my room.
So, in a sense, that's kind of like your downtime action.
Yes.
You need to left click on the icon itself to talk as them.
Thank you, thank you.
Wow, jump scare. Ah,
Come on, he's not scary.
Still black
That fiend, I can barely read that shit.
You're gonna use your funny little emote, the angry one? Oh.
Whoa!
oh,
Holy shit!
God.
Oh,
Charm
hubba,
20.
hubba, hubba.
Charm
Holy
20.
shit.
He has so many of these. I'm actually impressed at how many he has.
This is
I put
crazy.
good work into this. We had 2 months, so I was like, I figured everybody was gonna pop off.
We're all
No.
popping
I think
off.
so.
I would have popped off,
Didn't do
but
shit.
I've just been working.
Yeah, me too. I've been fucking slaving away in the wage cage.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
feel that.
It's okay, people. You
I'm
can,
been trying to save money here, so.
you can add overtime to the stuff. Don't feel like you're forced to.
I'm adding one right now.
No!
Yeah, no, I only did it because everyone else's icon looked so good, and I was like, I want to be cool like everybody.
So, what else? Okay, I mean, I guess
Beef and burger and
for
everything.
the rest of your day, kind of like wrap it up in a sense. I mean, again, that core power thing is pretty serious, just so you know.
Yeah. That, I mean, that can be the whole. I mean, that's definitely this week. Like, I have nothing
Yeah,
else
you
really
still have the
going
second
on.
week.
I still got the second week. Yeah.
Just know power of the cost is a very rare thing, and the consequences that the in
I
this
get it.
case
Yeah,
are
it could be the whole 2 weeks because it's gonna take a while.
the whole 2 weeks. Okay.
Like the next week, I'll go to I mean, well, we'll see what I do next week.
Okay, and you can think about it. This is
Yeah.
basically you have another downtime action next week. Let me just write it down.
Another power at a cost. I want to see what Bradford looks like under that mask.
You're gonna have to. All right, Scape, get to work. Right up, draw up
Scape's
some soldier without a mask. Thank you.
Thanks, Gabe. Thanks,
I was
bud.
paying attention.
Smart scope. I get to see under Bradford's mask.
Using my superior intellect, I imagine what he looks like.
I was
Oh,
literally
wow.
about to make that joke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my displacer to remove that helmet.
A little bit more than removing the helmet.
Ooh.
I might remove the underneath as well.
Just do some typing on a computer and hack it off. It'll work.
But yeah, that ends my my man.
So who next then?
Whoa!
I know we got Scape and Lolo left. Which one of you two want to go next?
Mhm.
Ooh,
Do you want to go first, Kate?
Sure.
Go on,
Sick.
Scape.
Okay. So basically, I think Nap, after There was that segment in the last mission where Lolo and Flower and Nap went into like a building and they found a computer and got information off it, and there was a bit of like hacking that was done.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You
So
better pull
I'm
up
kind of
your
using
funny
that
nap icon.
funny nap icon. Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Funny nap. Oh, that's
Why is he so sad?
Yay!
Pulled out.
There we go.
So I'm kind of thinking of that as a catalyst. Like he used his beginner luck to do well in that, and so I think he got really interested in the technical side of things after that. And so
Yeah.
when we got back, he, of course, he just wants to check out his new kid mech, since everything got scrapped, and wants to see the new mech. So that's why.
The
down in
blind
the-
back.
Yeah, the blind mech. So that's why they're down in the hangar right now and checking it out. And so they climb inside and they're looking around. They see all this new fangled technology and the big ass 3D printer in there. And they notice a dongle kind of plugged into the desktop or whatever the
Mhm.
kind of drive system is. And so that's kind of mysterious, and so he'll just pocket that for now. But otherwise, he's kind of done checking out the new blind mech, see kind of how it works and how it looks. It's bigger than his old mech.
Mhm.
But now, I think since he's got this new interest in tech, he's gonna go to research and development and kind of start researching NHPs because he wants to develop his own to assist him. And so he gets to work on developing that.
Uh-huh.
And so that's kind of where this is leading into Sammy, but I don't think it'll happen like immediately in the first week that she's made.
That's fair. But in this
Because
case,
she isn't an enlightenment, that's like a tier 3 NHP, so it's gonna take a second.
Of course. I mean, in a sense, every character here has, been learning, right? But in this, for your
Yeah.
case, considering of what you have going here, it
you
checks out. So just doing that, right? You start off with your adventuring into NHPs and so on. Got that dongle pocket in, and this is something that kind of in the midst of your adventure, right, of researching NHPs and so on. One thing that spending your time over in research and development, at least for one of the available rooms and locations, right? Because research and development is not exactly something you can walk in freely, right? But even the office you're in, they're just looking around for what is here and there, where you can discover. One thing extra that you do get is a reserve that I'll give you, which is essentially
god.
a reserve that you can use for a mission, right? It's basically
What is
it's basically a reserve that gives you a +1 accuracy to all quick tech actions only for the entire mission, just so you know, which is essentially represented with more like a fresh knowledge in a sense, right? Like it's fresh in your brain. This is something that you kind of got going in your head, right? Like it's fresh on your mind, and of course the mission that's coming up will probably take time, but this is stuff that you just kind of have fresh in a sense, right? Because it's like your first time, like you've been
I do
studying
have
it.
beginner's luck as a thing, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, so in a sense that's just one reserve for you. So next
Cool.
mission you can proc it open to activate it for the duration of the mission.
Epic. And I'm
If you-
thinking as he's developing this NHP and he's kind of researching tech and the technical side of mechs, he's also looking into what's called the Pegasus mech, and he's not very interested in having the mech as a whole, but he sees that these Pegasus mechs are equipped with things called smart guns and a tool called a hunter's lock. And so I think he might start a clock to developing that himself or earning that somehow. That license.
Oh, Scape, you love unlocking stuff from licenses without getting an actual license. Sure, that will be
Yeah.
that will be a clock for you then. That will be a 6 slice clock. Huh? Hold on.
I'm holding. Hold. Hold.
Also, if you all look in Lancer art right now, you can see the weird, mysterious guy who nobody knows who it is that showed
I
up.
wonder who that is.
I wonder who that is.
I was gonna say.
I have no clue.
Wait, actually, I'll wait for it. But is this how he's running around looking now?
No. He would by now he would have already like got his dye hair back on and his contacts back on.
But there was a short period this week where he looked like that.
Yeah.
Alright, sick.
Unrecognizable. Very good.
Puts
I mean,
glasses on.
he does look fairly different.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say that is really different.
Yeah, it does.
Crazy what hair dye does, huh?
It's weird when he's not smiling.
And contact lenses.
He's literally wearing colored contacts.
Yeah, he is.
Hello, I'm back.
Funny as hell.
What was
He's
I
the
saying?
Anna boy.
Oh, damn, look at him. He looks like a boy.
You look
The
like
lad.
a boy.
He's so pretty.
So, you were saying Pegasus,
pretty
Jack.
boy.
That is a 6 slice clock, my friend. And
I got
to
it.
start it off, please roll away.
I'll name it the Pegasus.
That will be the license 1 Pegasus stuff, at least. It doesn't actually give you the license 1 Pegasus stuff, just so you know. So if you actually do want to later rank into getting more Pegasus stuff, you have to go to
Yeah,
Pegasus.
it doesn't like lead me into just going to license 2.
No.
I just want the kit.
Okay. Six
Yeah.
slice clock in your ComCon. And
Should I
please roll for what
Do
you
a
think is
roll?
more appropriate for your Pegasus.
Okay. What? Oh, that sucks.
Okay, that is
Ooh.
1 slice only. In your search for understanding more
Let's
forest
go.
technology that's recorded, you just kind of find enough, but nothing to go off. You probably get a little bit.
Wait, hold on. This is appropriate. There we go.
Exactly.
Do a
Perfect.
little weeping.
So that's pretty much as far as you go in terms of your Pegasus stuff. So what next, considering your research into NHPs and so on?
Well, I figure since that dongle was a weird appearance, probably just plug it in, see if I can find an adapter, see if I can
Are you
see what's going on with
into
why it's
your-
there and
in the R&R? Or
sure.
you kind of okay? So
Could have a little bit of privacy for this.
well, this is
Moment.
essentially like a bit of like an office sort of deal, right? Just kind of like in this office sort of deal. And let me just do something here real quick. Just a
No
moment,
way.
Escape.
Moment upcoming? Dog upcoming?
Leave my
Put
damn
this
dog,
dog on the
alone.
board.
Put your dog on the mic.
Put your dog on the mic.
I want to make a clock to put the dog on the mic.
Insta-filled. It's only one piece.
It's already accomplished. The dog has been put on the mic. Alright.
Cool. Do I get experience for that?
No!
Oh.
Hold on. Let me just do something.
Oh, this is part of my bond, experiencing something unique. I haven't seen a dog.
You have not seen
It's
a
my
dog?
minor ideal. I haven't seen a dog yet.
You're literally like a rhino, you haven't seen other animals? That's weird.
That's fucking racist. That's
Yeah,
so
that's
fucking
racist.
racist. Holy shit.
That's kind of
Give
rude.
me
This
give me 2 experience for this.
is computer guy from the one shot all over again.
Yeah, bring back. Gotta shoot you.
Alright. Okay, so plugging into that dongle in your, in what it's called, your little office, trying to like figure out, this is a weird
Yeah, why
item
it's
to have
there.
plugged into your
Question
own Mac.
mark?
And as you like boot it up, trying to access it, just literally just plugging it in and immediately attempting to access it through, the interface that you have going. It's just right away on the interface itself that an odd expression shows up on it, So right
Look at this
away,
food!
so right away, just from again inserting this dongle, this expression shows up on the screen itself. This is to clarify for others as well. This is like a 2D face in a sense, right? Like it's completely flat, right? And even if it still has its colors, and even if it's just a face, it doesn't really turn left or right. It's just constantly facing to the side. And its expression looks a little bit irritated, but it also just focuses its eye on you, you know? You don't see like any cameras even on the computer itself that you're working on at the moment. It's just staring at the screen, but you have that mild feeling that it's staring at you.
He's gazing.
Holy hell, Reason looks so cool.
What the fuck?
Hello, man?
What do you do with, like, he's like in silence right now. What do you present
Well-
over, what do you do to, you know, considering what is happening?
I think Nap, being the little socially anxious little man that he is, he'd probably be like, "Hello? Who are you? Why were you in my mech?"
So Reason, you know, we still don't know his name, but I'm just gonna call him Reason because his name is Reason. But Reason immediately just presents himself. So considering how there's no camera, and considering how the likelihood of there being a microphone near the computer itself is also very unlikely, and it seems like you can't find one, it's quite particularly weird how Reason
Smart school.
No, Smart School doesn't save you here. You can't. There's no microphone, no camera.
Oh, my only ability. That's all I have.
So Reason, in this case, he will immediately like introduce himself. The interface of the computer starts to jitter and freak out in a sense. So all that kind of gets to focus is Reason himself, and he introduces himself. So Reason doesn't like speak. Oh my God! Somebody dies. Is that 20 accuracy dice? Nice.
Oh my god.
You rolled a singular 6 between all 20.
Oh my goodness.
But in this case, Reason just doesn't speak like as a voice you expect. It's more like a static-ish voice in a sense, but it just kind of like flips in a sense that the tone of voice just kind of switches between each sentence that he says. And I'm not really like fit for voicing something like that. So, I mean, you can just kind of imagine me saying this, but Reason is like swapping between tones of voices, which is right away I can tell you that the tone of voice that he swaps is like in total 3 of them. The first one being like a male voice, which sounds very condescending in a sense, and then the second one, which he swaps to once in a while, is more of like a gloomy one, which is akin to like a female voice. And that female voice sounds very, again, gloomy, but it sounds like it's always guilting itself as it speaks out. And then finally, another voice, which is more akin to a more appropriately robotic voice, has a more imposing tone to it. So, Reason here, as he speaks, which might as well seem like a glitching sort of sentence, he just keeps swapping between all of these like emotions of his, but he's trying to convey like a reason, a reason or an idea here. And to introduce himself, he mentions how his name, in a sense, is Reason, and he repeats it like Reason, Reason, Reason. And the way how Reason found himself his way in is because he just sensed something from Nap. He knows Nap's name because he's already been inside of his frame. And
Intimate.
This guy's funny as hell.
So Reason, I mean, obviously by far he already makes extremely obvious that he is like an NHP, considering how you've already been researching your knowledge of NHPs and their history and so on for getting to make your own, right? But Reason himself is more like a quote-unquote virus in a sense. But still, Reason moves on, and he continues asking about how it's not his first time being aboard the All-Seer, and it's not his first time being in another mech. But he has chosen you for this time, for his next way of spreading, and he already sensed your ability, your innate ability as a NHP knowledge person, right? And he wants to use you as a vessel to carry out Reason's tasks.
Okay. I think Nap is like, as he's seeing him glitch around and like have like just a load of emotions all at the same time and just glitching around, he's probably thinking he's kind of a weirdo, but also just he's kind of still scared of him. So he's still questioning, like, why is Reason choosing him of all people? He just got into this kind of tech side of things. He's just very full of uncertainty right now, and he really doesn't want this potential malware NHP to affect his job or his mech or his new NHP that he's developing. So he's very just concerned and kind of just put off by this dude.
Of course. So Reason hears you out, right?
Look at him.
So Reason hears you out, and he understands and feels, in a sense, the reason behind your thinking. And he just expresses himself. Once again, he just swaps around his voices. But the one particular voice that he just kind of ends on is his gloomy one, as the female voice, where he just talks about how just by carrying him around, he can give something back in return. Which again, this is something that, one being said, it kind of like sparks off in your brain, and you just kind of like considering the latest knowledge you've been gathering in relation to NHPs. You just kind of have a sense that this type of personality behavior and the way how he's been like speaking to you, swapping between his expressions. But one constant that's always been present is the way how he's acting, in a sense, superior to you. And this is something that has been noted based on your research, is that Reason may as well be defined as an Osiris class NHP.
Wow.
So
I read that in the NHP dictionary.
Wait, in what
Pretty
class?
good
Sorry?
NHP.
Did you say Osiris? Oh, shit.
Osiris class NHP.
Oh, damn.
Of course, in the sense of NHPs, NHPs are just always like Osiris, but not like Prime Osiris. Of course, they just derive from the base of Osiris. So basically, yeah, the Reason just kind of wants you to do things for him, and in return, he'll give you access to his abilities as an NHP to help you in your cause, because he already has that feeling and sense of superiority where he just already knows just about enough of you, Nap, than you might think. God, my voice.
Bless you. I
Thank
was
you.
wondering what was going on.
So, in this case, I'm assuming that, now Nap, even though he feels anxious, I'm assuming he...
God, Bro looks like a fucking courage villain.
He's cool.
I like him.
I'm
I
assuming
like
you
him.
accept him into your...
Yeah, even if Nap is kind of a bit scared, he's just gonna he's gonna pocket him because, like, as little as he knows, Nap is kind of from like a backwoodsy planet that's just mountains and trees. So for all he knows, this guy could follow him potentially anywhere, because the world is just technology now.
Of course.
So, like, he might as well just bring him along and not anger him.
Okay. So, and finally, once you agree to take him in and, accepting his mission and so on, Reason just finishes it off by saying that he'll enjoy learning so much about the world around as you all go together. So after finally, accepting
Are we
him,
friends?
not in the sense of like you have to
Whoa.
take out the dongle, but the computer itself just seems like shut off completely, and from there just a little beep to explain that the dongle has been liberated for you to take. So, with that being said, I want you to make a clock on your bonds, and that clock will be called Reason, and that
Reason?
and that clock will be a 6-slice clock, just so you know.
Okay. Alright. Done.
This clock, to explain, this clock will represent your building relationship with Reason and learning more about him, which can be advanced with downtime actions, but it'll mostly have only progress during missions themselves.
Cute.
Okay.
Sick.
And after that, you can give yourself 1 XP as well, my friend.
Oh,
Sick.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
And I would say
Just
that
should
your
help my
day went as far as it went with that, and you can call it off for next week, in a sense, or is it something you actually want to do?
Well, I kind of just wanted to go thank Lens for the reserve that he gave me, because I used it a lot, but that can happen next week.
That's fair. Okay, then. Get off my damn screen!
Sorry.
Now pull up Flower.
Hello.
Weeping and crying.
I don't know why it's the angry emoji.
Take it off. You're angry for being called up?
Bless you.
No,
Just click it again.
it doesn't. Oh, it's the same as issue as before. It doesn't disappear.
Right click.
I know.
No, when you select an emote, you just click on that emote again.
I know. There we go. Now it's gone.
Yeah.
Don't go away. I need you here.
I know, but I just want. There we go. I just didn't want to type. You need me here.
You need me.
I do.
You need me.
So,
What you doing?
Oh,
Landman shows up.
whoa, mama.
Well, gotta go. See ya.
It's over.
go on then, Flower.
Takes a look.
What goes on with this first
Smart
week?
scope. Smart scope, clearly. No, well,
You take it from my room,
borrowed it. No,
as if I don't carry that thing on me.
true. I'd say that the first week, I would assume like some of the first thing that's happened before the break, more or less, we get is that we've probably already done the combat simulation.
Yeah.
So I'd say that one of the things that Khan would be up to first would be in the hangar, where they would be, if anybody else was in the hangar, they'd see them customizing and like decorating their frame with like decals or whatever, just like personalizing it a bit. Just spending a lot of time with that. Clearly it seems like it's just like a way to de-stress. Just like it's not like you can do much creative stuff on a fucking spaceship. So it's like it's a kind of outlet that they clearly appreciate in some form. The other thing though is that after that combat simulation, they particularly was like paid attention to the Tortuga from 10-4, the Minotaur, I think actually the name is of it, which is really funny. And I think, especially with like understanding how the Caliban functions, Khan would be interested in figuring out if there's any way to procure, like not the whole license, but one of the systems in the license of the Tortuga.
Which would be
The siege ram in the license 1.
License 1. And you only want the siege ram, correct?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Everyone keeps getting systems without like actually getting the license.
Well, it's only if it's a possibility of it.
Yeah, I get you.
Everything is a possibility. In this case,
Yeah.
the siege ram itself, concerning how it belongs to IPS, and you already know, with the
ISPN,
Caliban, IPS, and
It's ISPN.
it's IPSN.
Nuh-uh.
It's IPS North Star.
I know. I'm just gaslighting.
Oh my god!
Gaslight,
So-
gatekeep,
Gaslight the
boy
yacht
boss.
miser, would you?
So,
That's not his name.
considering
We'll
how
call
you're
him
already in the know-how with the Caliban,
Yeah.
trying to get a hold, or at least understand the siege ram itself, it's a bit of a quote-unquote discount in a sense, right? Since you only want the system, right? You only want the
Yeah.
system and Flower in this case with the printer and so on and so forth. Kind of like get like a better knowledge of trying to get an extra into the license program. Acquiring the CTRM itself will be just a 4-slice clock in your case.
Sick.
And for that, I would like for you to just roll a simple 1d20. No bonuses.
I just need to remember how you spell procurement.
Procurement.
So what do you say?
Just
1d20. Okay.
Yeah, the clock you can just name it CTRM procurement.
That's a 13.
Okay. In that case, this 13 will give you 1 slice into your clock.
Sick.
So this is basically explained as in just you trying in a sense to talk it out with some
Contractors.
yeah, sort of like that, because again in the end you're still a mercenary and there's always like mercenary networks that you can kind of tap in to acquire that little extra gear and so on.
Yeah.
It's just something extra, right? So this is just a bit of your progress for that moment at least, but of course what comes next and so on will be, next week or future
Yeah.
missions. But yeah, that's your C-Tram dealing with, and what comes after, considering that's your downtime action.
Yeah, well, I think actually the customization and like decorating did take about a lot of time that week too. Like that was like a multi-day project.
Yeah.
But so I don't really have anything else planned for that week. But I do think this is just a very short thing. A funny, like it would just be a fun moment if while Khan also wears like the uniforms, whatever, like when they're passing
Yeah.
around inside the ship. But I just think a fun moment would just be them accidentally bumping into Odin while Odin is like disguised. So it would just be like a very quick moment of just like them, with their larger size, obviously like sometimes accidentally doing that and just having a very different and very firm like sorry to like someone they perceive as a superior to Odin, like clearly like with the expression of someone who like doesn't even suspect that like this could be someone they know, like they have no fucking clue. So it's very like a very formal like very sorry sir, like a salute and all that, just like making sure that like they didn't step on anyone's toes by accident, but clearly like thinking this is like a regular on like the ship and not someone they know.
You bump into Odin and he just kind of crashes like this.
No.
I'm kidding, but yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine Odin would like see this and like, holy shit, it's working. And then he just kind of moves on.
Yeah, it's working on the person that is the where int is the literal lowest stat. So yeah,
Doesn't matter, it worked.
flawless, clearly.
So, well, in that case, because you say it was short, and I get to pick you in this case, just your way of going around then to finishing up your short day, you kind of, bump into Odin, right? But after bumping into Odin, like, what is it, like, half an hour later or so, you're kind of like strolling along in the hallways of R&R, kind of like the big open areas, of course.
Yeah.
Like a cafeteria, just passing by. Maybe you're just going for like something like a little snack, something like keep going, maybe catch up with stuff. But it's just that when you go there and you're like staying there for a bit, it's right there in the moment that it just kind of like it feels like something like a commotion is happening in the background, right?
Oh shit.
So just dealing with that commotion in the background, it kind of first it's just a commotion, but then it just starts to become like yelling of sorts, right? So
Scary music.
so Flower in this case, I would assume kind of like immediately picks his interest, right, of what's going on.
Yeah, of course.
But
They're
it's-
probably like post-workout like something food.
Yeah.
So yeah, checking that out.
So it's not just Flower. It's also other soldiers as well. It seems like it's not just a few soldiers, but it's more like a crowd that has gathered around what seems to be like a little area. And considering how Flower is considerably tall and so on, you kind of get to see into what's going on.
Yeah.
So amongst all these soldiers and so on, I mean, I'm gonna pull up.
This music got scary. What the fuck? Whoa.
But this like commotion, as now you start to really focus on it, you just immediately just understand that there's like this commotion happening. The one like in the center, you see like more of a, soldiers, right? But you see somebody who's a little bit more, in this case, more refined in a sense. Like there's a different outfit. It's not something compared to the officers that you've seen around.
Yeah.
This is something else. You can tell that this person who's been like currently ganging up with somebody else is like in a different tone, right? But the words that you understand from this scuffle is how they've been yelling at each other about how Nora deserved it for what they've been doing, and then that screaming and yelling is immediately like cut off by like a punch straight onto the one who was screaming, and the one who was screaming immediately gets shut up, and also like other yelling cuts off again, and immediately after that the one who got interrupted gets right back up and immediately just yells at the other soldier. And the other soldier who delivered the punch itself, he himself, in this case, he himself just kind of like stands his ground, right? And then that soldier who was yelling at him screams out right at them, "You fucker got some nerve? Don't agree with what I'm saying? Keep it to yourself, pussy." And then the arguing soldier immediately stepped forward, hitting right up against the other pilot, right? But then that pilot himself just kind of like blocks it, does like a little dodge, and then hits the same soldier in the gut right away. And after that, the soldier who was like yelling at him and collapsed on the ground, and the other soldiers kind of like, they don't really interfere, right? It's a scuffle that's happening. They don't want to interfere. But
Can I ask? Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
So it was was it the soldier or the pilot who was talking shit about how Nora deserved getting fucking blown up?
The soldier.
The soldier was. Yeah, okay.
So after that, with the soldier that collapsing on the ground and the others like kind of standing their ground, like a little bit scared and going silent, the pilot speaks up, in like a bit of a raspy voice. "Soldiers like you piss me off. Do me a favor and discharge. You just sound like you're on the wrong side of this war." And then after that pilot saying that out loud to the other guy who's like still on the ground, he promptly, walks away over, and following behind him are other, what seems to be also pilots going along with him. So after this, the crowd kind of like stays still, right? The soldier on the ground still coughing and choking and so on because he really got punched. He gets helped up by other soldiers who were with him, who were like, agreeing with him and so on about the Nora situation. And the soldiers who are like, next to you, right? Because again, you witnessed all this, you're like behind all these people. The soldiers next to you just kind of like start talking, whispering among themselves. And one of them goes over sort of like this. "Was that who I think it is?" And then the other soldier kind of speaks back. "The poster boy. Hy-Vee looked real pissed there. You think this will get out?" And then the same soldier, responds right after. "Nah, no amount of rumors will be enough to let out in the public eye." So that's kind of like how it is right now. These two soldiers are like kind of chattering, but the crowd itself begins to disperse afterwards.
Okay. I think kind of like piqued interest in like who the fuck that person was. I think Khan will like slightly, as as sneakily as someone that of their size can do, like etch a bit closer and kind of just listen in, or like maybe pry a bit, like, so I'm a bit new to this area. Who was that?
Oh, the two soldiers kind of, one of them gets a little bit startled. Not like jumping, but they kind of flinch a bit because, again, you're tall, right?
Yeah.
But because you have the outfit, the attire, the uniform and so on, they kind of, no ill will, right? So
yeah.
The one who mentioned about the poster boy speaks up over to you, and he just kind of starts explaining. What do you mean? You don't know who Hy-Vee is? He's part of the Veritas Squadron. You know, the ones that elite squadron the Connected has for like publicity and how mech pilots like him can be made from like anywhere.
Huh. Well, I'm off system. Actually, it was part of some larger contract that I'm assigned here. So, actually, I'm not too much aware of the characters, I suppose, of this area. So, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, not everybody gets to see Hy-Vee out in public like this. It's not the first time, you know. This guy is always causing trouble. And then the other soldier, like, speaks up. You know, he mentioned about, who was a poster boy, right? And
Yeah.
he says, well, even if Hy-Vee causes as much trouble as he wants, he always gets away whatever he wants as well. All they have, I don't even know what they do with that guy.
I mean, well, in fairness, I don't really know what that soldier meant with Nora. So, I mean, was that a warranted reaction?
Oh, well, things here gotten a little bit antsy about Nora. I mean,
Yeah.
surely you know about how we keep getting
Oh, yeah.
position and so on. I mean,
Of course.
some people here have some really strong political opinions about Nora. I mean, I don't know why people care so much about it, considering how we're just soldiers doing our job.
Yeah.
But that, no, I mean, and then the soldier just kind of like trails off a bit. But then
Yeah.
just kind of the first one talks up and mentions, you think that could be because of that new group that formed? I mean, considering how Nora is a little bit up in arms now. And then the other soldier goes like, what? I'm not sure. The Well-Witcher group? I mean, they're just what? A tiny little group? They're nothing. So,
The what group?
Well-Witcher.
Well, which I haven't heard about them. Who are they?
I'm gonna type it here in chat
Yeah.
so it's clarified. Well-Witcher.
Yeah. Who's that?
So, once you ask that to the soldier who mentioned it, Well-Witcher.
I hardly know it.
So that soldier, well, it's kind of been a bit in the news. I feel like the Connect have been trying to keep it under wraps, but after Nora's government collapsed, it seems like a group of military kind of formed their own thing. I think they're just rebels, but probably nothing to worry about. They've kind of been posting up some odd messages up on the news and so on.
Huh, I see. That is strange. What, are they aligned with the Connected's ideals, or is it an independent?
Based on what they've been saying, I don't think so. They're probably just a bunch of locals who are really upset about what happened. As they should be.
10-4?
I see, yeah, well, obviously.
But I still don't understand why Hy-Vee would be so concerned about it. And I think
Yeah.
in the end it's just politics, you know?
Yeah. Could it be... Actually, before I ask this, Fluffy, this is out of character.
Yeah,
The Restoration Squadron, are they like a secret on this ship, or is it like...
they are a secret.
But it's like everyone on the ship is aware there's like a mercenary thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know about the Rippers of Olympus, which is who you are being called as right now.
Yeah.
So,
But do they also know, like, we that are currently by the Connected, some employed mercenaries, as like a hush-hush secret on this ship?
yes, you are a
Okay.
hush-hush secret. Every mention about the Restoration Squadron is pretty hush-hush.
Yeah. I think then, like, would a soldier on this ship know that the Restoration Squadron, in some regard, exists?
Nope.
Okay. Right, well,
All they
could
know
it...
right now is the Rippers of Olympus.
Could this be with anything about he like leans in a bit like those like Rippers of Olympus? You think that could get him instead of this Well-Witcher group?
The two soldiers like immediately kind of taken aback about what you're saying, but one of them, the first one, just kind of mentions, well, right now it's really points toward that way. I think the Well-Witcher just kind of want justice for what those guys did.
Yeah, of course, but I mean, I already forgot what the fucking guy was called.
Hy-Vee.
Could it be there was anything like with Hy-Vee that like that's what got him riled up or something?
You know, I wouldn't blame him. That guy is always trying to do the right thing. I mean, he's the example for the Connected military, right?
Of course.
I think
Yeah.
if anything, he's just really upset about the fact that some mercenaries got away with it.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be?
Of course.
The biggest sweat drop on Tom's face during this discussion.
Comically large sweat drop on my forehead. Tugs my collar. And
Yeah.
after this, you got enough information, right? So, well, after that, the soldiers kind of like, since the group has immediately been like dispersed completely at this point, these two soldiers just kind of like wave you off, you know, like just kind of wrapping up the conversation, considering how you're just, you know, newcomer and so on. They got stuff to do, you know. So
Yeah.
this is basically just about as much as you can get from that conversation. So
Yeah.
then I would say that's about the rest of
first
your
week.
day. Yeah, first of your day and last of your week, and you also get 1 XP for that.
Sick.
So please keep it to yourself. So
Keep it to yourself.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
so that's one
Sick.
thing done and dusted.
Before you continue,
Yes.
I need to do something really important. Fluffy, I need to repeat one of the things that you said to me in that dialogue.
Hmm?
I need you to repeat one thing that you said during that. I need to
What
repeat
is it?
this. I'm typing it in the session. Can you say this again, please?
Just discharge it already?
Smile?
What?
Why are we going to say that?
Can you hear? Oh, it's not doing the sound, is it?
No, I don't think so.
The joke is gone.
Oh!
Stop! That's
Sucks.
ridiculous.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm really proud of you, Nico. You're
I'm gonna. Can we have like a quick piss break between the 2 weeks?
sure. Okay.
Yeah, I need-
I'm back in a sense. We're chill.
In a sense.
So let's get.
How's the dog? The dog hasn't barked in a while.
I have my door closed, which is why
The dog.
I had to
What,
be
what
right
about
back.
Mini? What about Mini?
She's downstairs. She's chilling. I thought I saw
You
her.
put
right
your
now.
dog on the mic right now, or I'm triggering the C4 under your seat.
Fluffy, is there a way to get rid of like the players pop-up that's in the bottom left?
Oh, that one?
It just gets in the way.
I don't know how to disable that. I'm sorry. I actually hate it too, but it always shows
I
up
hate
for
it
every
more.
player.
Well, I think I'm neutral about it. You ever thought about that?
Well, you should pick a side because it's getting intense.
Ooh,
It's getting real intense over here in this area.
I know. My stream also sees it. It's annoying, but it goes away for a bit when showing their characters, portraits
Yeah.
and stuff.
Odin got caught because while he was sneaking around, his footsteps were making this sound.
You can barely hear it.
Really? Is it that loud? Hold on. Better?
Didn't hear anything. Are you saying? Like,
Really?
Are you playing noises? There's like Discord
I am.
soundboard. It's not Discord soundboard, is it? No. No, I can barely hear it. It sounds like
I heard a
fidgety and
grunt.
Weird.
I'm surprised it doesn't play for you guys. Okay, well, never
The
mind.
mic probably just isn't picking it up.
Whack, whack. That's fine.
Alright, so second week rolls around then. Same ordeal, right? I just want to remind you we don't have to finish downtime right away in the first session. Just
No, I
so
have
you
to
know.
finish it now, right now.
No, I know you're probably itching to play with your mechs, but there has to be build up.
Let me
Hey, I'm liking the downtime. I'm in no rush.
So, again, next week comes around, and I just want to ask, who wants to go next? Now, this is like a second week, and I'm actually gonna update the system view with.
System view
More
update.
news. I fucking love CNN.
Let me
Me
just.
when I get to bifurcate.
I will update here the text with the progress. There you go. I'm sure it's already updated for you, so you can read. Which is once again, second week coming along is, you know, we're already in the middle of the second week, right? And the news that I show on the system view are basically stuff that all of you kind of know, right? Either through headlines or through soldiers. This is stuff that you all all together, you know. Anything extra, you find out for yourself. So, again, it's on system view if you're not there, but I can post it here in the chat too, to simplify it. I just like putting in system view just in case, you know, keep it tracked.
Yeah.
But, so yeah,
Keeping it real.
that's how it is right now, and I just want to know who wants to go next.
I can't read.
So this is week 2, right?
That's not
Yeah,
audibly.
halfway
Out
into
loud.
week 2.
I want to say real quick first. I have let's try again. My downtime thing. I kind of want to include everyone else, so I don't mind like going last for this one. So you
Right,
folks
right.
just rock out.
I can actually tell you, Lolo, there is something planned that has everyone included. So I hope
Oh shit.
that doesn't throw a wrench in your plans on what you have.
Probably
planned.
not. Let's see.
So but it will be
That's
again.
right.
It'll be
So I
something.
was gonna invite
Christmas
everyone to.
party.
Yeah, after
Yeah, I was gonna invite
everyone,
everyone to picnic.
after everyone's done, I can do the thing that involves everyone. But so if you can think of something else to do, so it doesn't.
Hang on. Let me just DM you about this stuff.
Fuck.
Wait. Let me DM you about this just to see if it crosses over with what Flanman had planned.
With Flatman.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I just came to say hello.
Suddenly thousands of dice are thrown in people's face.
Okay.
Nice. Sick. Well,
So
that'll be my thing then.
great minds think alike. Okay. Actually,
I do have one other thing though, but
no,
that
that's
can wait.
fine. That's fine. Actually, I need to be right back again. I'm sorry. I need to
Oh my God.
sort something real quick. So be right back.
He's
Sorry.
gonna go shit again.
No, I need to do something with my dad. Sorry. Be right back.
Whoops.
Yes,
Let's
you
get
have.
What
back.
the hell?
Let's get back to the business. So, second week comes around. You already know the info that's happened with the news headline. And now I want to know is, what do you do during this second week here? Time has advanced, so
What the
stuff has changed. And as such, things are happening, you know? Like, you know, gossip and so on keeps progressing. So, I'd like to know who wants to go next. This
Well, I have a
is-
new thing, but I can kind of wait.
I mean, this is again,
Thing
this,
is-
this counts as a downtime action. So this is
Yeah.
a new downtime action for advancing projects and whatever else you want. So please.
Seeing as like mine was literally what Fluffy had planned, I'll think of something else. So someone take me before.
Flatman,
Okay.
go next.
Me?
Yes.
You want me?
Yeah, what are you doing your second week?
You mean me?
Unless you have a... You're laughing.
I was just thinking about something funny. I
Alright.
don't know how to stop this actually. Please help
You have
me.
to select
God.
the emote again.
No,
Just click it again.
it's broke. Okay, there we go. I'm back to normal. I'm not having a good time.
Alright, so second week comes around.
Bradford was telling me I gotta go check out analytics to maybe get some of those parts they done destroyed from our mechs. Maybe I can find some logs of information on that damn restoration squadron or whatever the hell they call themselves.
That's your own squadron name. It's Liberator.
Oh fuck, I'm stupid as hell.
So, I mean, considering you want to do that, just go in there. I mean, again, you already solved the power added cost last week, but in this sense, I was gonna get to it actually. But essentially, what you're gonna get is on your way there to analytics, right? You're gonna get met up, but Bradford on the way there. It was just, you know, he was actually just coming out of there. So he kind of meets up with you like on the hallways of analytics, right?
Hey buddy.
He's all talking. You have actual lip sync now. So just him like, you know, meeting up with you in the middle, and he's like carrying something, you know, he's just carrying like a few files, and you know, he talks over to you. Oh,
Hey, that's
dude,
Yeah,
yeah, my
fucking
face.
This isn't weird, I'm right.
But like, what is it? You derailed my whole train of thought with that one.
Sorry.
So funny.
Fucking rip out his abdomen, just a suction of your nose.
But right, so Bradford just kind of like presents like these files that he has on his hand for you, and you know, presenting these files, there's definitely a bunch of stuff that you have to go through here and reading. So he just kind of like hands it over to you, right? And
Yoink.
and for you to, you know, later indulge and read, because this is a very extensive read. We're talking about like 10 or so pages in like a little dossier deal.
Okay.
And then finally, after handing you that, Bradford just kind of mentions and, like, you know, makes a little remark as you hold it over for you in your pocket, or I don't know, whatever the hell you want to stuff it in. Rocky, I'm not sure. Why do you really need about these guys? I mean, it's just some... Really, I mean, I had to pull some strings for this one, you know? I mean, I'm not usually the kind of guy to go peeping around in analytics like this, but this stuff seems pretty serious. What do you need this for again?
Let's just say I'm just a really ear to the ground kind of guy. I'm planning a comeback for my career, and well, I figure maybe the more I know about current events, I could be on the right side of history this time.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty fine, I guess, but it's just weird because all these records pulled up is just all the names are scratched out and everything. It feels kind of weird. I mean, it feels like a little bit more than just what seems to be like a training exercise.
Now listen, I'll be real with you. This is all research for a new role I'm coming up on, and I wanted to have the authentic awareness. Scouts honor, I promise. I'm not doing anything terrible with this here information. I really appreciate you.
It's so funny. Oh my god. Well,
Don't me.
Bradford just, you know, he gets. I mean, he's a super fan, so he can't really say otherwise to whatever the hell you're doing with the role and so on. So he doesn't give much thought to it. So that being said, you got your little dossier, you got some stuff to read over. And
Wait, Bradford, before you go, I'll give you a little info.
Sure.
Let me just tell you, I'm fighting for what's right, all right?
I mean,
And you're my man. You're my number one contact. I put my arm around him. I can trust you.
Sure, man.
trust
of
you.
course. Of course you can.
You're one of my.
Of course, you know. I mean, of course, anything.
Let me hear a woo out of you. We're gonna do a woo together on 3.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Woo!
My God.
So.
All right, get out of here.
So, like I was saying, Bradford just kind of like walks away afterwards. He was very giddy about it. And that kind of made his day. And what you have in hand is a dossier, right? This is stuff that I'm gonna have to write up a bit for you to read later. So
No problem.
before next session, you'll have a little funny document to read through that you can then share with others on the information as you wish. So
Sure.
That's pretty much it in the case of your little progress, right? And after that, what do you do next? I mean, your trip to the analytics was pretty much resolved right away, so you still got some downtime action to do, or just something extra to acquire from whatever you want.
Quick question. I want to, as you can see, my icon is here by analytics, and it seems 10-4 is jammed inside of my icon. Does he maybe want to show up and say hello? And well, hey there.
Damn.
Hey, asshole. Hey, get back here. I got a bone to pick with you, and I don't mean Bone Town. Now you may remember I was trying to get us some allies, and you may have exploded them into a fine mist. What do you have to say about that? Oh, my own safety. Are you my mother? Is my last name 10-4? Did I suckle from your supple breasts? Oh, I made myself sick. But, look at me. I'm fine. I am 100% man. And then some. And something else. I don't know. Alright, whatever. Come here, give me a hug.
Give me a hug, man.
Come
Give me a hug, man. You might not get that reference. That's from. Oh, okay, fine. All right, see you, buddy.
Well, what next then in your adventures on the All-Seer?
Give me just a moment. I need to collect my thoughts. I got this. I'm gonna keep the files in my backpack, which is under my shirt.
Of course.
And no one can tell, and I definitely won't drop them. That's not something I do. But I'm still somewhat animalistic, so I keep it on me. Just a moment. I need to witness something in order to. Oh wait, actually, I'm gonna use my momentum.
Yeah.
My momentum situation. I can ask something from the GM and get a truthful answer.
Yo, what? All right. What do you want to know then?
That's right. Which way do I feel I should be moving?
In relation to what exactly?
In relation to beholding something unique, interesting, or a beautiful sight.
You want to see a beautiful sight?
Yeah.
Mirror.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, how does that
Yeah.
work again? I just need to tell you in truthfulness.
Yeah, you gotta be real with me. How can I see a beautiful sight on this ship in my remaining rest week?
Take a look. Alright, so you want to know what's the most beautiful thing? Okay, so in this case, to get a more beautiful sight, you're gonna have to go over to R&R, right? And the R&R is the most beautiful sight you can see is just peering all down over to Z's itself. So just
Z's.
you know, it's a very beautiful planet, very cradle-like, of course. It's more, it's very blue, you know, very watery, and also it's very similar to Earth, essentially. You know, back then, you can always look at it from the system view, of course. But
Does anyone want to come with me and look at this?
I mean, I think it's fair enough that
Shows up.
shows up.
No.
No.
That's rough.
All right, fine, whatever. This is cool. I like seeing Z's.
And
Catching
for that one, you can get yourself 1 XP in your CompCon, by the way,
Thank you.
for
I'm
using
at
your
2
bond
now.
power.
That's all I got. Well, unless
Let me just
you
write.
want me to do more. Sure.
There. Alright. After that, with the 1 XP, is there anything a little extra you want to get, like a reserve or so on, or maybe some gossip? What else to finish up your
Oh
day
yeah,
for
let
this
me
week?
give you just a moment. I had the PDF here. Open.
Because, I mean, you don't have any projects either, so, I mean, it's fine.
That's true. Should I get a project?
No, I mean, it's completely fine if you don't want to. You already kind of sorted out with the whole power at a cost with the
Yeah,
force thingy.
and I got information, which is what I had wanted. Yeah. Can I? You mind if I roll for something?
Sure, what is it? Just roll, declare what you're gonna roll for.
Let me get my face out of the way. Oh, dang it. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Oh, darn. Okay. I want to get a hold of something.
Whoa, what is it?
I want to get a hold of, some kind of booster signal to my radio. So if we get in another dead space, maybe I can get some stuff through. I don't know.
Just wanna
Got
get.
three of those already.
That's fair. Get a hold of something.
Maybe like a more stable connection with Bradford back on the ship, if possible. I don't know if that's something that can be done.
It can be done. Just know the consequences of talking with some guy that is not really fit for your apparatus command. So,
Bit of a rub.
but if you just want to get like a signal booster or something like that, you can also do that. It's fine.
I'm trying to think. Kind of want dirt on interrupt too. Actually, yeah, I want dirt on interrupt. I'm gonna roll for that.
You want what?
I want dirt. Dirt on that fucker.
Dirt.
Took my displacer.
Oh.
I don't know, something to hold over him. Just to,
Do you want dirt on who?
you know, the bridge.
Oh.
Bridge guy.
Okay, go for get a hold of something then.
Here we go. Come on.
Damn.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Alright, well, your attempts at finding some dirt on Goodfellow Bridge is, I mean, stuff that you kind of get to know about him.
Yeah.
Let me just
Yeah.
look here.
Yeah. Take your time. There ain't no rush.
In God's name, you know, somehow even with your immaculate skills of charm and so on, trying to figure out a bit more about Bridge kind of comes at a bit of a cost of being recognized in a sense. Your scavenging kind of gets noted, but
Uh-oh.
the one thing you do get from just trying to figure out, you know, exactly who Bridge is just mostly just where he was born. He was born and raised in Z's, right? The actual main planet. And he's actually just the second of the family to join in on the army and so on.
Whoa.
So,
Second. There was a first bridge.
Well, you know, first in the family. You know, the whole like X the
Yeah,
first,
that's-
X the second, you know.
Yeah, there's a bridge senior then somewhere, or was.
Well, that's all you can really understand on the fact that he
Okay.
is very much patriotic in a sense, in it, so to be aboard the All-Seer and so on.
Okay.
So that's about, you know, quote unquote dirt that you get from him.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I would say that's about it for you, like a Sir
Yeah.
Flyman, for your week.
Thank
What did you think, you young man?
Thanks.
So who comes next then? I'm gonna start saying names again.
Go on.
Okay, Escape, go on.
Huh?
It's your
What?
turn. Your turn on the
Go on,
second
Escape.
week.
Oh. Oh. Alright. Is me.
Alright.
Skip.
How do you spend your second weekend on the All-Seer?
Well, I think he'd start doing what he wanted to finish up last time and go visit Lens. As kind of just a thank you and catch up.
Right, so you want to go meet up with Lance then?
Eee,
Or, because you already
my
have
sweaty boy.
Yeah, because you already have an idea for where Lance is, right? Because last time you had like a little
Yeah,
private
wasn't he just in the
conversation.
offices?
Yeah. So
Analytics?
going up to meeting up with Lens, right? You know, you go to the office that you're like used to, that you know of. And so not really a bit of a surprise, but Lance is there. He's there at his office. And
What a good
He
boy.
just kind of like notices you right away and walks over to you. How do you present
Hello,
yourself to
sir.
Lance?
I just kind of say, hey and thanks for the thing and the reserve and
Oh, right,
know.
that thingy.
kind of just check up.
Check out. Oh, what do you want to know? Nap? Kind of surprising seeing you around here at this hour, I guess.
What hour is it?
He's got like an expression. He just says it out because he's nervous. He's already like an anxious guy.
Ah. Well, we are kind of both doing the same thing in our portraits. Well, guess I have an interest in how all that information's getting used, and if we have any kind of encyclopedia or compendium for all these different mechs that we're encountering.
Ooh.
See if that's useful on the field.
Right. I mean, Bridge has been kind of bumming me about it. I've been trying to compile a proper log of what you've brought over. I mean, I should probably have it ready, likely before your next assignment, I hope. So, before you get there, I'll be sure to show you the whole compilation of data, at least. Don't worry. And Bridge is already enough about me on my ass about that, so...
Okay. Just kind of checking. Seeing what all that information's even for, because we were specifically told to
Oh,
approach that kind of
Yeah.
scanning objective.
Yeah, Yeah, and Bridge is just he was really imperative about that, huh? But yeah, don't worry about it. I really appreciate you a lot for what you brought over. Seriously, lots and lots of stuff.
Okay, I really don't know where to go with this from here.
I mean, that's fine. You're just talking with her.
The classic lens conversation. I mean, that's all I really had, so I guess just say goodbye to him?
Well, before you even say goodbye, Lance just kind of he just remembers something right away from seeing as he's already talking with you. Hey, Nap, hope if you don't mind, but do you think you'd be, like, free later this week for something? I kind of been thinking of,
What do you mean, sir? What are you trying
Well,
to
Mama.
don't get the wrong
Oh,
idea, of
that
course.
swipes brow.
Don't get the wrong idea, but I've just been wanting to try and boost a little bit of the squad. I mean, I don't know if all of you like kind of keep up with each other, but considering it's gonna be, it's already been a while considering all things that happened. I just wanted to see if we could get together, for just kind of catch up, right? I mean, I know you're just and he says this like in a really low, quiet voice. I know you're like mercenaries, but I mean, we're still all companions, right? We're all colleagues.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'd be down. I got some stuff to take care of, but yeah, later in the week, sure. We can
All right,
get
all right.
together.
Yeah, I'll hit you all up. Don't worry. I just wanted to check first. I mean, I know it's just you, but I'm pretty sure it goes for everyone. But yeah, Nap, I'll see you around then. I gotta get back to work. I gotta get back to this data.
Yeah, get back to your minesweeper.
Does Minesweeper exist, do you think, still?
Probably.
Oh, of course it does. Comes in.
It's like a timeless program, yeah.
It probably recognizes an NHP at this point. Mind of its own. What next, Nap?
Okay, well, I think it's about time that Sammy got finished, or pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So probably back to research and development.
Back into your
Probably.
little office that you've pretty much declared as your own for dealing with NHPs.
Yeah. So I guess just continue working on Sammy, kind of finish her up. I don't know if this is like a quick development time for an NHP.
I mean, it's
like a couple weeks.
It's you learning your talent. And talent is basically what is rewarded for learning over time. So you can definitely say that back then you could get to complete Sammy herself, right? And since this is like an NHP, developing an NHP is kind of difficult task, but you have your innate ability to it, so you kind of make her. You can bring her up, I mean, this is your NHP, so this is your character. I don't know how you want to roleplay
she's
her.
real. Wow. Her first words.
What's her first?
Wow. What's up?
Amazing.
So, I mean, again, you just do your thing in this case, right? With Sammy.
His child.
Do you just what exactly are your parameters for dealing with Sammy here?
Well, I'm considering just like the first week she was a student level AI or NHP that got built, and now she's like full enlightenment. So I'm kind of coding into her, I guess, kind of first mate kind of protocols. Like she is going to be in control of the mech if I'm not in it. She's going to be controlling other NHPs if I get more. And kind of think about reason. I don't even consider him my own NHP right now because he's just kind of a weirdo. But yeah, just kind of second in command kind of stuff, educating her on that and the new mech and how everything should run.
Of course. And just to I'm assuming that this is before you kind of wrap up the week, you kind of bring over both Sammy and Reason into your pretty much finished blind mech frame, right? Because I mean, this is the point where you're kind of starting to finish it all up, get the stuff going, right? So as you
And I think there would be a moment after, maybe like a day or two after Sammy is done and like fully configured, probably like put her into a computer, put Reason into the same computer,
Damn.
just to see if like he tries to corrupt her or something like that. Because
Well,
this is still like a foreign entity with my home brew NHP.
of course. I mean, first things first, Reason being like, plugged back into the computer, just him coming into existence is already making him a little bit annoyed at how he's still not in your own frame yet. But he's also merely, like, in his usual way of swapping between voices. This robotic voice noses over Sammy and says out her name, and immediately just, like, again, has that superiority complex over her. So,
Well, I think it would be kind of a battle of pride, because Sammy is like a full enlightenment thing and has the ability to like coerce other NHPs out of cascading and all this charismatic NHP just built-in energy. So I think it's a lot of like, I think they would clash a bit.
and they will clash a bit. I mean, in the sense,
They
as
will
in that
clash a bit.
Reason, in this case, swap it between his voices like always. It's not like he's like, particularly angered in a sense, but it's more like this kind of like reaffirms his trust and confidence over you as like an innate NHP type of guy, right? Like, your way around, and seeing how Sammy, even if she is, of course, an Enlightenment class NHP, and he does recognize the fact that she is quote-unquote advanced, he does appreciate being reassured of your skills, and for that, he only just kind of ends it off with him just saying how your existence here, like, towards Sammy, will not, like, impact on his mission and quest over learning more.
Okay. All right.
But still,
I mean,
just even as as like you do this. I mean, I don't know how Sammy reacts to this. How does she respond?
so
Who the
what
fuck's
was
this gay boy?
yeah? So what exactly was Reason imposing? I got distracted by Nico saying he fucking hates Reason.
So I mean,
Sorry.
all that Reason was just saying is that he he's like more confident knowing that you have created Sammy, and
Oh, okay, yeah.
he understands how Sammy is more advanced and can, as you said, keep cascading HPs in control, but he doesn't really care about over that fact. Like, even as you try to cage him or keep him in control, all he wants to do is just learn more of your adventures.
Okay. Well, I think as Sammy's getting developed, Nap is like just innately programming in some of his own I guess you would call it like fears about Reason, for lack of a better word right now. But like making sure Sammy knows that she is supposed to be the one in control,
Of course.
not give Reason control, and make sure that security is there. But as of, I think, progression, it's just going to be them competing in pride and like whatever. But yeah,
Sure, no, I get it.
Sammy finished.
Sammy finished, right?
Sammy
But,
finished.
yeah, just to like finish up, and considering that you actually went through with this, the one thing that you do kind of like get to know about Reason is in the midst of like that all speaking and talking, socializing with Sammy and so on. This is kind of like the moment where Reason speaks up out loud, and he talks about what came to be for him, right? So this will count as one slice on your clock for Reason.
My Reason clock.
Yeah. And what he does speak of is that he was actually been inactive in a sense of a better word, like he says with his female voice about how
Make him cry.
he's
There you
been
go.
left, but he's been inactive for 500 years, considering
Ooh.
over how the war has finished in that sense. So, him just mentioning that, you know, he just talks about how the war, right, like in that gloomy
The war.
voice, but then he just mentions over how 500 years is just nothing, and now he wants to learn again of what happened.
Okay.
So that's your reason, Lord, that he's given you so far. But again, the clock also counts towards not only for lore, but also for unlocking his ability as an Osiris
We're
class NHP.
bonding. Okay.
So that's
Alright.
what you get.
What?
And after that, what comes next for your, you know, one last thing to finish off your
Well, I think
week?
since Sammy is finished and she's highly portable, just gonna kind of slap her on a bracelet or something and just
Ah.
keep her with me.
Of course.
Like back her up to a personal computer, whatever.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's yours.
Yeah.
NHPs in terms of life are all contained within their caskets and so on, but you can always keep copies of them, like flash copies.
Yeah. I'm just doing
not for
safety
not
precautions stuff.
for reason in this case though. Reason is a little bit far too advanced at the moment to be flash copied.
Yeah.
Reason's so cool.
I hate Reason, dude.
So-
I mean, I don't really have anything else planned. I could make more progress on the Pegasus research.
Well, you only get one downtime action, my friend.
Oh. Is it still the same week? Or I
It's
thought you
sec-
got one per week.
Oh, okay, you know what? Sure, go on with your Pegasus. Roll away for your
I'll do a
Pegasus.
roll. Oh, that's
Yeah,
Sammy
that's just
rolling.
one slice.
It's the same
One
Same
delicious
roll as
slice of
last
Pegasus pie.
delicious slice. Okay. I think that's about it. Maybe. Well, I still have the lens meetup.
Well, that's later. That's like when everyone's done. That's like more of a important event. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, I think that would be all I do.
All right. All right. Who's
Would I
next
count
then?
all this NHP coding as like I learned a new skill or trade or gained a level?
Learn a new recipe.
In a
Learned a
sense,
new
yeah.
recipe.
You've
So-
unlocked a new recipe.
Was that like an XP?
You want XP?
Because that's my minor ideal that I selected for
Okay,
this
fine.
session.
Go for it. 1 XP for you.
Okay. Woohoo!
A delicious
Yeah.
meal.
All done.
Yummy.
Get your
Be gone.
face out. Okay. Who's next?
Give me a second. Jeez.
They gotta say names.
I'll pony up.
Thank you.
All right.
Right? Yeah, sure.
Go on.
I can go after Akon then.
All right.
I was drawing Reason in when you look at him in first person, like straight on.
It's impossible. He's 2D. He can't do this. This is not canon. Sorry.
Are you trying to shave Reason? What's going on? No.
He's always flat on the side. That's his,
Phineas. Yeah, he doesn't have two eyes.
yeah, he's always flat on the side.
He's just flat.
Okay, so that makes me hate him slightly less. Because I was looking at him, this was all I could think about. Like, if he looks straight at you, he's just gonna be like a fucking bird.
He does not look like
Yeah,
it,
it's
I'm
it's
sorry.
not like the one frame of Phineas looking forward. It's not like that. It's he literally can't turn. He just has like a snapshot change.
Okay.
You
If
can
you-
actually just post Burger's original design.
If you look to the
doodle,
side of him, it's just like a thin line.
which is also
Yeah, this is
Bro,
Skate's
it's
the
Mr. Game & Watch.
original.
Yes!
Okay.
This is such
Okay,
a...
okay.
He's so cool.
You have no idea how much of a burger design this is.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
God.
The bird
I would buy a
Reason
merch.
just keeps on looking at me. This bird.
This makes me hate it considerably less. Yes. Alright, cool.
I just need
I was
to,
like, bro, this guy's a fucking bird.
I need to like repost
Bird
this.
boy.
I love this fucking.
My baby.
Hamburger. My favorite.
I wonder what Reason's favorite would be.
Yeah.
Nothing. He
I-
hates it.
Seeds.
Reason will probably eat like cold noodles.
He just eats ramen that's not cooked. It's just a block.
Yeah, you hear a crunch.
Yeah.
I'm just summoning in.
He
Hold on.
sniffs up the seasoning packet.
He snorts the seasoning with his big schnoz.
Big snarls.
Don't spoil. Please. I beg you.
Anyway, me
Yes,
time.
go on, Argon.
Yeah, go ahead. Pop off.
I go back and work on my shit some more. I need that shit being good.
Alright.
Vaccine has not been seen for 2 weeks.
So,
Yeah.
I unwind as well. I was in the bar before.
we haven't seen this guy's been stuck there.
Good move, BDR.
Covered in oil.
Alright, so in that case, going back down there to, the hangar, right, to work on your stuff.
Yeah.
And once again, I want you to roll away for some lovely progress on your stuff.
Okay.
Apply the relevant pilot skill. Oh wow.
That's disgusting.
Well, that
Ugh.
is 1 slice to your prototype, which I think should now be at 4 out of 8, I think.
Yes, that's 4.
Alright. So, I mean, you do your best, right? I mean, you're probably a little bit tuckered out. You have too much on your mind to focus completely on the progress. So, that's like a way to explain on what happened there, right?
I mean, considering I seen a news ticker, over 7,000 people have perished.
Exactly.
And that's a lot of vaccines minds.
Yeah, exactly. So, after that, your considerable work here. What comes next? What do you do to take your mind off, or do you want to indulge more on learning what's going on?
I want to know more what's going on if I can.
Sure, of course you can. So, I mean, even just being at the hangar itself, you just kind of catch on to whatever you can, right? Because there's still
whilst I'm busy, cleaning up after myself, I keep an ear out in case some soldiers are talking gossip, stuff like that.
Yeah, engineers and soldiers walking about, they don't pay you any mind because again, everyone's just kind of working, right? But you still pay to some eavesdropping and so on, and you just hear the mention of an engineer speaking out about how he's just understanding the calls of concern that have been pumping up in relation to security and defense, about how this engineer, again, he's connected, right? And he just talks about why don't people trust us, about what we're doing here. I mean, people seriously see that all that connected do is just about the economy and trying to boost it and so on. That's how you kind of get the gist of something in relation to how the public, in general, right, not just Nora, but this system altogether, calling for concerns in relation to the security and defense, as well as how the connected are way too focused on economy at the moment. So that's kind of what you get extra, what you get to know.
So basically, the people are concerned regarding the system's economy before all this has kicked off, or
They're just right now the public is more concerned about the security and the safety, because they believe that the connected are way too focused on economy at the moment.
I see.
So that's kind of what you get from your eavesdropping, which gets you 1 XP, just so you know.
Oh, thank you. Halfway there to that.
Now what's next? What else do you do to sort of wrap up your day here for the week?
To try and get my mind off stuff, I'm gonna try and also de-rust, personal weapons.
Oh, okay. So just kind of improve better on your pilot-to-pilot combat.
Yeah, because it's going to be I saw my 2 eyes. There's going to be a non-zero chance that I'm going to be blasted out and met myself, or I'm going to have a similar situation in the computer room where Fire ain't going to be there to punch someone's lights out. So,
Of course.
the best I de-rust myself in that front.
In that case, then, you can roll just a simple 1d20 for me. Just a simple one. No
Hold on,
bonuses.
where the fuck are the dice again? There they are.
Damn. Okay.
Much better.
All right. So your
Win.
time spending over to what is essentially like some R&R, training facilities and so on. Kind of get better at weaponry. Your training here like kind of sort of pays out, right? And it kind of helps you on at least having a +1, like a permanent +1 accuracy dice to all your skirmish in a sense for pilot actions for using your weapons. So just, I mean, this will only be relevant when it gets to that point, right? But basically, when you're shooting as a pilot, it's a full action for shooting. So just keep that in mind. But you have 1 accuracy permanently to all pilot shooting moments.
Yippee.
So keep that noted down. I mean, I have it noted down, but you can put it like in your CompCon notes or something like that, so you don't forget yourself personally.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just put this one. Alright. And that's pretty much it, I would say.
Okie dokie.
For you. Who's next then? 10-4, you say you go next if you guys like?
Sure.
Alright, go
You
on.
can go
then.
next.
Go next. Tell me what's on your mind and what's on your duties. I want to know.
I have
more.
returned.
Welcome back.
Hello.
We're just
Welcome back.
Wrapped up vaccine here. Now we're on 10-4.
What the hell?
It's true. This guy's
What is
been...
What is pemmican?
Oh, okay.
Pemmican, that's like it's basically just like fat that you ate when you were like fucking in the Antarctic.
Ah,
Alright,
It's just like a weird clump of fat you eat,
makes sense.
and
right?
like nuts and shit.
So 10-4.
Holographic
In your
pemmican.
case, just
Fucking brick.
being observant what's going on, like in the cafeteria, right? What you see, usual soldiers and so on going up and about, but also just broadcasting TV and so on. But one thing that really catches your mind is the fact that not only has there been like response teams for getting people out and so on, but also just downright actual soldiers, like soldiers really being deployed, because you hear over here like about how some soldiers have been straight up deployed to be actual duty instead of trauma response and so on. Like, there's been rescue teams and so on still happening last week and also this week, but it seems that this week it has died down and now it's more like actual soldiers being deployed. So that beyond also that, you also hear about how there's also been like some rumors about how the separation going quiet essentially. So those rumors, they're just rumors. Some soldiers just commenting on it, maybe just kind of like getting their minds off about how the Rippers of Olympus are still like to blame in a sense, right? But you just hear word about how the separation kind of like is gone quiet in a sense that they've kind of gone off radar. So that's kind of what you can sort of get from this little gossip at the cafeteria. And the television itself finally just kind of mentions about how the formation and the development of the Inner Nora Popular Front is still in like advancements at the moment of developing and building up its military. Oh, and just to clarify, the Welwitschia is a different thing from the Inner Nora Popular Front. That's fair. Alright. So that gives you 1 XP just for you for that moment. And now for the booster thingies, is, once again, the same like clock progress, right? So roll away with your hack or fix and see how many slices you get into your development. Holy crap, okay, that's 3 slices.
Whoa.
That's 3 slices
Big
for your
chunk.
project. That's 3 slices for your project. So
I
please,
wish I had slices.
please
I
put
wish
that
I
down
had
on your clock.
more than 2.
And after that, let's see. Well, you still basically got one more extra thing to do to close off your day in the sense. So what else would you like to do to finish it all up? Yeah, okay. Don't say fuck. I didn't realize. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't. It's fine. But sure, just going down there, sparring with soldiers and so on. Not much you really acquire from it exactly. He swore. But just kind of like understand a little bit more better about the. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what you would like to acquire from sparring with soldiers. Is there something specific you wanted to get from doing so, or just in general role playing it out? Because when you want something, you tell me what you want.
What you really, really want.
See, that's really inappropriate. Can you please not say that?
Hi.
Reflex training? Yeah, improving your like pilot self. I didn't think this. Okay, well, improving your pilot self. You can just I don't know, like inner sense reserve. I'm not sure. I mean, let me look at the bonds book real quick. I want to see if I can see something. You know what? You can get your reflex training gives you +1 accuracy to any dice you have to roll in which you're about to take damage as a pilot during, like, you know, narrative scenes and so on. Stuff that happens, right? When you're like a pilot. So you can have that as noted down permanently for your goodness. I'm gonna write that myself. I'm gonna write it down. Okay. So that's about it for you, and we'll keep it like that. Now, who's next?
I can go next.
Okay, you can go next. Get your stupid face out of my screen, 10-4.
It's literally not even there. You're just being mean.
Go on then.
So
Hey!
10-4.
They got me forgetting the name of that pilot guy again.
Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee, yeah. It's because I keep mixing it up with that group called Welshige or whatever. So I was
Okay.
just like, huh. But I think Khan, knowing like kind of like brooding over that there's like some kind of like connected pilots or whatever, that it's kind of piqued their interest. I don't think they want to like actively search them out, but it's like this week they're going a bit over just a normal-ish routine, like you know, going to R&R, working out, like checking up on themselves. But I think they want to keep an eye out to see if there's like, if that person or those people ever show up in like a social setting where it's like a normal situation to interact with them, like maybe they're also working out at that time or something.
Well, even as Flower keeping like an eye out, Put your face on the screen. I want to see your face.
Thanks. I mean, I don't have my... What the fuck? I'm like faded away. What's happening? There you go.
You're faded. So, I mean,
Man.
even if you kind of try to keep an eye out, keep an eye out for Hy-Vee and the Veritas Squadron.
I only have one in fairness.
It's fair still. But even if you do so, it's just... You just don't seem to find that guy again, even after that event. Like, it doesn't, like... Nothing really comes close to what you found. Like, again, you just see soldiers and so on, but nothing similar to the same person that you've met that day.
Strange.
You can kind of like assume that this is either this squadron has a different routine, or it's just, like you may imagine, just have a different story going on and so on, right?
I didn't roll correctly on the random encounter. It's over.
I mean, it's not really a random encounter, it's just trying.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, even after you try to go to a social setting, just even if you might not find the guy that you want, you just kind of get a little bit more information instead of the Welwitschia group. Because some soldiers, because again, those are kind of like popping up here and there, right? But some soldiers here just kind of, you hear some soldiers talking once again about what's on TV right now, which is the Welwitschia. And some soldiers mention about how, in more detail, is the fact that Welwitschia is apparently an anarchist radical group that has lately been attacking multiple military bases of Nora amidst the chaos. So that's kind of like what you can get from the TV, and the guy's just commenting about how those guys are gonna they're just being assholes about Nora's situation. I mean, Nora already has enough to go about, so the fact that there's just this group that has formed is like even worse, basically. So these soldiers in specific kind of care a bit about the situation.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what you can get in your attempts at finding Hy-Vee and their squadron.
Alright, sick.
What next?
Well, if that's kind of short, because that's kind of like just like keeping attention to that like while normal routine,
Yeah.
I think they would try to at least work a bit more on that, like trying to understand how that like words, that like siege ram, how that would function, like working a bit towards that.
Sure. In that case, do the same roll like before, my friend.
What even was that? Was that just a straight
It
D20?
was a straight D20 as far as I know.
That's well.
Ah, well, that is also one slice to your clock then, my friend.
Chick. Alright.
So,
Yeah, I just they probably like, seeing as 10-4 has the license, they kind of maybe did like a hush, let me try and see the functionality of it and that kind of stuff if they were cool with it.
of course.
Yeah, just getting a better understanding of how it would work in general.
Chill with it. Just sharing
They
mech
chill.
parts, big bros.
Yeah. Or just like seeing how it works on the Tortuga and so on.
Alright. And then next
Yeah.
up, what comes after to continue on with your
I
day?
think now that we kind of know what Lent has planned, like other character, that was also my plan for the other thing. So I think like in that kind of situation, I think Khan would have, not knowing what Lent is planning, like, because oh yeah, he's the information guy, like let me go over and ask him about like, hey, if I wanted to do like let's get the group together and do something, like, do you have any ideas for that? So I think that would be what Khan would intend to do.
With him? Well, I mean, I'm guessing
Sweaty man is back.
go up to his offices for that one.
Yeah,
I'm
just like
guessing.
knock.
I mean,
Yeah.
knock. Lance he looks more visibly swamped up with work than usual, so he's more sweaty
Like a
than
sauna.
before. And
No, they got him in the swamp.
so, but he
This guy's in
kind
the
of
bog.
does agree to the idea. I mean, he
Got him
mentions
swamped.
that he was planning on it anyway to begin with. So
Yeah.
he's just like he'll probably hit you up in a good moment, like in your data pads as soon as he can. So look forward to
Yeah.
that.
If he needs any help with it or anything.
He's enthusiastic about it, but he thinks
Yeah.
it's fine. You don't have
Alright.
to worry about it.
Sick. That is kind of it.
Alright. That's for XP.
Yow!
Let's go.
Now get
I
your
love XP.
face out of here. Put Odin in. Because you're the last one, Odin.
Hey, real quick, could I get a summary of what was there just now? Because I heard the Wallachia on the screen, and then you got the thing, and
Well, the information that Flower learned is how
Yes.
the Welwitschia has been attacking Nora military bases. And
Yeah,
they
they're like
are-
an anarchist group.
Yeah, anarchist rule.
got it. Thank you.
10-4, you have 3 XP. I mean, it's in your ComCon, right? You pay attention to that. But in my notes, you only got 2 total so far. I mean, let me check. I mean, my ComCon is not up to date with your stuff. So let me check.
Who, me?
Not you. 10-4.
Malak.
10-4 and my bonds
No.
here. You should have 3 total right now. You have 3 total XP right now. Yeah, then yeah, you're fine. Alright, so Odin, tell me, what do you do with your lovely
That sucked.
day?
I don't fucking know. Is the Mac done printing?
Yeah?
Okay. So, since I don't think Odin would try to break into the shuttle records again just yet,
Yeah.
I don't think 1 week is enough for him to do it again in a way that would not raise suspicion.
Of course.
So he probably wouldn't do it again just yet.
Yeah.
I think this is about the time when we were doing the VR training sessions.
Yeah. Pretty much it, really, yeah.
Right, so I think what Odin would be doing is he would be familiarizing himself with the mech, with
Right.
with Fenrir.
Of course. I mean, you just saying
Yeah.
that you want something out of it, familiarizing with it. I mean, in that case, familiarizing himself with it doesn't really bring anything new to it or so on. But it's more like, what the hell is Burger
Right.
posting in session?
What is this?
No, that's the side view. Or front view.
Oh my god.
This man can be everything. He can be a moon. He can be flat as fuck.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Real slick.
It's Fun Fuck
Be
Friday.
on Fridays. Yeah, exactly.
So, right, so familiarizing yourself with the Mac is as a way as you kind of use it, kind of understand it better, and considering the fact that design printed and so on is from somewhere, you know where. Just getting into it more, again, subconsciously has something activate in your head of the sort. So, because again, you're completely alone dealing with this mech. You don't have the voices of your companions or the intensity of a mission. You're alone with this thing. So this kind of steps forward towards that clock of your reality. So you can add 1 slice to it. And,
Okay.
and also 1 XP as well.
Oh wow. Thank you. I was thinking it was more since the whole thing with the fluff that we were thinking for the danger zone of this Mac is that it's basically connected as well with Odin's injector, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that's more him trying to testing out the Mac, but also getting used to being the connection working automatically,
Of course.
as opposed to on command like it was with Sleipnir.
Right. No, of course. I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, it's that and also the fact the whole other thing that you got going, so it makes sense.
Mhm.
But after that, your session with your Mac kind of has some stuff going on. But what comes after that, to wrap up your, not your day, but just after your Mac session? Is there anything specific you'd like to to get like extra parts or?
I kind of want, but I kind of don't want to like be asking for like out of license stuff as well.
I mean, if
Because
you do,
I don't know,
everybody already has
personally it
projects
feels a little
going on
bit
for
like
that.
cheating, so I kind of feel bad.
Such, I mean, people are already kind of doing that. I mean, Scape has the reason as an Osiris class NHP. Lolo with the siege ram, so it's not exactly too out there, right? So just tell me what you want, and I'll give you like a clock.
In that case, I think like after all like the training sessions, I don't know. I don't know if this would be asking for too much, but after like the training sessions that we had, also consider the one that we had here as an actual like session.
Yeah.
Odin would realize that like he's a bit frustrated like at how squishy he is.
Right.
On Fenrir, and he would maybe start researching about like how can he increase the durability of the mech a little bit, if there's a way for him to like improve that on that aspect. So
tell me what
I imagine it would be a project to increase either armor, or if that's too much, then maybe the HP of the mech.
I'm gonna look.
Would that be possible?
Let me look at this thing's stats.
Sure.
Well, in a sense, to increase your durability, I can give you a clock for having +2 health, but that would be 6 slices.
Sure, I'll take it.
Alright, so in that case, how do you, to improve it, I'm assuming you kind of use like a town of yours. Let's see. Guess it would be,
it would be have to be a flat D20, I think.
Yeah, I got nothing that can help you. Your engineering skills are non-existent.
I think possibly he could just go for like word on the street. Maybe he's like looking for some different kind of material that he can use for like
the engineers around there.
Can you just repeat that? Sorry.
The engineers around the hangar, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, go for it. Roll on the street to help you out with that one. Roll away. Word on the street.
I'm rolling.
Okay. Well, that is 2 slices your little project here, because what you hear from the engineers, to be that, to be exact, they just like schematics, stuff like that, how to increase and apply armor, extra material, and so on onto like a frame. So you kind of apply it yourself, like mentally at least. You don't actually do it yet because you're not too sure how to make it work yet. So that's again 2 sides of your project.
Excuse me.
And what next? Actually, no, I think that's about it for you.
More? Jesus.
No, that's it for you.
Okay.
Alright. So
Off the screen I go. Goodbye.
Alright, I think that's everyone, right? Am I missing somebody?
No, I think that's true.
That's everyone. Damn, alright. I think those go by so fast. Okay, so then to finish up, like, as I mentioned before, coming of the 2nd week here, which is basically what may as well be like days before the next mission and genuinely unknown when, all of you get on your data pads, what might as well, not exactly a message, but just kind of like a heads up sort of deal, which is, in fact, just Lens going up to all of you personally, like, in your middle of your days, right? Going up to all of you and just inviting you all to what is a little get up, like a little quote-unquote party time together. So he just asks all of you, I mean, this is like during different times of the day, he kind of has to meet up with all of you, and he just kind of asks to meet up with it all over at the briefing room together, at this specific hour and so on, whereas considering how that area of the ship is already quite quiet to begin with, so just again, all of you, do you like? Is anyone here like have any accepts, any refusals? What's going on? You know, how you respond to this invitation?
I was gonna say maybe like the possibility of like Khan helping out with that too. Seeing as they kind of had the same plan of like, hey, let's get folks together.
Sure. And then, well,
Yeah.
in your case, for Flower, right? He just kind of asked you if you could just like, you know, bring something to drink. He was already
Yeah.
bringing something to drink, but if you have something in mind, you can bring it over for free. You know, it's
Yeah.
chill. So
Yeah.
Potluck time.
So
Let's go.
I mean, everyone. I'm assuming everyone's just agreeing for free, like easily, right?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Don't be a stinky baby.
How would this like invitation happen?
I mean, he just personally goes up to you and asks you.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna. Do you mind if I work this scene a little bit?
Sure.
Sure. So, Lens would probably come up to like Odin's room, I imagine.
Yeah.
And would there be like an intercom or something like at the entrance, or do you have to talk through the door?
Talk through the door.
Okay. I'm asking because for an important reason. Hold on. Where is it?
I'm holding on.
I'm sorry. 1 second. I'm trying to be fast about it.
No, it's
The thing I had. Oh, there we go. Okay, so he knocks at the door.
right?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Wait, wrong one. Wrong one.
Wait a second.
I think you mean the right one. That was great.
So, I mean, Lance is just kind of like asking you if you got a time to hear him out for a moment.
What do you want?
No, I just wanted to invite you all for like a little invitation, a little hangout. It's like happening a little bit later, if you don't mind.
Why?
Oh my god!
Frozen in a cave.
It's just,
I'm trying to
I'm a
look.
living cage now.
Somehow
Hold
we
on.
found a
It's
I'm
key.
trying to look for one that sounds like a good for like talking through a door kind of thing. There's like no really good one for that.
Muffled?
If you just hold like
muffled one?
your mouth, hand over your
Oh, but
mouth, it
that's,
helps.
that's boring. I want to play around with this thing. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, whatever.
I just wanted to invite you all for like a little hangout. Everyone's already coming so far, so
Why?
just to get to know everybody better.
Why?
I mean, it's been a while, right? You guys had to deal with that whole ordeal. I'm sure you want to like at least talk about it, or maybe just.
What? No, I mean like, what would you want to know?
I've been busy with work, you know.
But what do you want to know? You said it's to know people better. You already know my name.
He's so stupid.
Tell him there's his favorite sody pop.
I mean, of course, I already know your name, Odin. It's just getting to like socialize, understand the relationship better. We're all working together in this. You're colleagues, essentially. I mean, everyone's already being there. There's no reason not to come.
When you said like everyone else is already gonna be there, he kind of there's a silence. He goes, "Okay, fine, I'll be there."
Thanks.
Peer pressured.
As it
Oh.
should
What's the legal drinking age in Lancer World?
be. Come on.
Well,
What's the legal drinking age in the All-Seer?
I don't fucking know what is it. I'm not from there.
Oh, Odin's old enough.
I don't know.
He's
Just
21.
asking.
He's 21 regardless. He'll be fine.
No, but they have to ID him. They're gonna have to
Yeah.
ID him.
So that being said, everyone is coming over, right? So this kind of like happens later on, which is around the time, you know, nighttime. You can kind of tell like, you got a little bit sleepiness and so on. And going on over to the briefing room. I'm gonna put you all in the briefing room because it is where we're gonna be drinking together. Familiar little place, isn't it?
And then we spill a beer onto Bridges' computer, and he yells at us.
I don't think we're allowed to be in his office to drink.
Well, just stepping in, like all of you kind of like coming in at the same time and so on. It's just like in this moment, just coming in, that Lance just explains, because he comes over a little bit late, right? He comes in holding up like a. He's coming in with 2 bottles, right? 2 bottles of whiskey, which can be tell, and also enough cups as well on the other hand. And I'm pretty sure Flower is also helping carrying what is basically.
Flowers brought some like awful liquor they have from like a neighboring system. I kind of want to assume that because they have like a lot of work experience in like those like normal like IPSN transport vessels, that they like know how to like, you know, like they have like a few connections, just like the people they know how to talk to like get that kind of stuff.
Well,
So I would assume that's how they got it.
No, that's chill. I mean, he's your character, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, Lance here is just carrying along 2 bottles of whiskey, and also has cordially invited you. I mean, offer you to bring over his other bottle, which is a glass bottle filled with what looks like sweet rum and lemonade. So, stepping into the briefing room, right? It's vacant, empty, hasn't been used in quite a while, obviously, and putting down all the drinks and so on and so forth. So many hearts.
I don't know why that's there.
Well, you know, you're just happy to see me.
And we all.
So he just kind of puts all over the drinks, everyone's stepping in as well, and he makes mention of why are we in the briefing room? Well, he just mentions over how just talked it over with Interlink to offer up the place, and she obliged, making a little deal with Interlink to not tell Bridge, of course. So anything that happens here might as well be under wraps in a sense, as most as it can at least. So, and after that, putting down all the drinks and so on, the cups for each one of you, and he just kind of does the extra step ahead, which is also opening up the console and turning off the recorders and cameras. So that's one part he didn't mention to Bridge, so that's about it. And now he just kind of like sits down. I mean, there's chairs for everybody, remember? And this is pretty much like, you know, a little hangout, right? So if there's like anything on the mind your character wants to talk about or so forth, just say so, mention it. I mean, Lance is here for chatting too, so it's not just between you all. So if there's like any topic you want to talk over, just say so. I mean, what does your character drink to begin with? Like, he has whiskey, sweet rum and lemonade, and also what Flower brought over.
I'll be having whiskey here.
What did Flower bring over?
Some like berry and fruit based liquors.
Going for that.
Yeah. Sick.
Let's-
They're all like very sweet, but also like they have like a bit of like a buzz to them still. I actually made raspberry liquor the other day. Like last year, half a year ago. Was when I started cooking them.
Yesterday.
Well, it takes like half a month to sit there, or like half a year.
Oh.
Yeah, but
I'll have a
it
few
was
sips
done
of this
yesterday.
fruit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, here you go. Yeah,
Thanks,
it's like
thanks.
raspberry.
I think Odin would
I
probably
think I'll
go
try some of
for.
that stuff as well.
I think Odin would probably go for whiskey,
Sick.
but as like everyone is like possibly so. I imagine there's like seats around. Hello?
Oh,
Did it possibly explode? Oh.
Go
I went
on.
to shit again. Unbelievable.
Say
Just
it.
doing
What were
my
you
job.
saying? I didn't hear anything.
First, we decided on some drinks.
Okay. Tell me
And,
all the drinks.
Okay. Odin goes for whiskey.
Yes.
Who else went for what? I didn't like catch it.
Baxter went for whiskey.
I'm trying the bottles that Flower brought over.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking that there raspberry.
I read what Map said as furry liquor, and I was very confused for a moment.
Well, it's the raspberry, right? Okay. And what about you, Flanman?
Yeah, I just take a few sips of that. I'm sort of working off a hangover I had a few days ago there.
I'm not much of a booze drinker, as per se, so something non-alcoholic, I'll take.
Come on, you can at least try a bit of it.
Yeah, there's
It's
no.
like, I think it's rare we get to do this,
non-alcoholic.
don't we?
Yeah, pop off.
Like, come on.
I mean, I'm not a heavy drinker. I obviously drink on occasions like this, is what I'm trying to say.
Of course. I mean, still, you got whiskey, you got raspberry, you got also
Yeah.
sweet
I'll drink a
rum
bit.
and lemonade. Which Lance, like, he mentions over how this, the whiskeys you're drinking right now, he actually got it from Bridge himself, because Bridge keeps gifting him whiskeys as rewards, but he doesn't actually enjoy whiskey itself. So,
He never gave me whiskey.
You get rewards from that bastard?
well, it kind of comes with the job, I guess. I don't think he really cares about giving me these whiskeys, though. Seems like more of a complimentary thing that you have to do.
All he gives me is lip.
Odin would be doing the thing.
What?
Odin would be doing the thing where, like, in the party, he gets his drink and then he goes to stand in like a corner, like just holding the cup in his hand, and he's like with his back against the corner of the wall.
That's fair. Great, I'll go. Well, yeah.
They don't know I'm a Greek god.
Is there a dog to hang out with at this party?
Your dog is Sam.
But where's
I'm
the cat?
sorry.
Yeah, put the dog on the mic. I want to talk to him.
What's the dog? I want to witness that. I've never seen
Let
one.
me pull up Sammy to have someone to talk to at this party.
I mean, Lens definitely takes note of the anti-socialness
What
happening
the
right now.
fuck?
I was gonna say.
I went to look for the first example of the thing, and I found this.
Yeah,
What
this
is
that.
happening?
Oh, it's Hylix.
That's classic.
That's Hylix, yeah. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
if Odin's being a little guy that's like standing in the corner, I think Khan would at some point notice and just walk over and try to at least get a bit of conversation in.
Alright,
Yeah.
so
And I thought we was about to say something.
he notices you approaching and he's like, oh no. Am I doing this wrong?
Huh?
Am I doing this wrong?
Doing what wrong?
This thing we're doing now.
Well, we're just unwinding it. Like, Flower's a bit buzzed, but he's like still like pretty much himself. Well, we're just hanging out a bit, you know. Have you tried much of this before?
I've had alcohol before.
Oh yeah, but have you been with others?
No.
He's
I
gonna
don't-
just like it, huh?
I don't think so, at least.
Well, what did you do last time you had alcohol?
As you ask that, he kind of like spaces out, and you see him just like 1,000 yards stare out into nowhere for like a few seconds, and then he kind of like slowly focuses back, and he's like, I don't remember.
Huh? Maybe you had a bit too much, eh? It's like a light shoulder pad or whatever. Well, I mean, there's no
Maybe.
real rules to this. It's just, the work's stressful, but we gotta at least, get to know each other. Like, just, us just talking is doing it, right? It's just making sure that everyone's having a fine time without feeling, out of it. But it's not like you have to drink or stand over there laughing or dancing. It's just, doing you and making sure you feel alright about it.
Odin's like looking at Karn confused about like why is he talking so weird.
He's not that sloshed.
Yeah, but like he's talking differently than he usually does, I imagine, right?
Yeah, he's a bit more like loose in like energy with it. Like he just seems a bit more like jovial about the whole thing.
I imagine Odin has like been drinking the whiskey, but he hasn't like changed at all. It's basically like he didn't drink anything at all. Like his cup is like halfway down, but he's like exactly still the same, and like kind of uncomfortable looking.
Huh. Say, have you ever tried, Fluffy, is there like any other tables in like the room aside from the big center one?
It's only the big center table, but also the consoles on both sides of the wall, but they're not really kind of
Yeah, there's not really a
a
table.
little bit curved, so there's a higher risk of causing issues.
Is there like a part of how long is it's like a big table, right?
Yeah, it's a big table.
So it's not like the others are like filling the entirety of it.
No. This table's like basically for 12 people around it. Completely.
Yeah. Say, have you ever tried beer pong?
What is that?
Hang on, I'll show you. I think if Odin will let him, Khan will just like take him over to the part of the table that's unoccupied and just teach him beer pong.
You got like a ball
God
for
damn it!
that?
Why did you do that? I think Odin will like get weirdly competitive about it.
Yeah, well that's great because Khan will get two. They're gonna have a
Hey, mind if I
fucking.
join in this as well? It's been a while playing since I played this.
Well, we can take turns. Yeah, I'll just show Odin the ropes and then he can jump in afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go. He's a happy boy now.
Yeah. They're gonna fucking play beer pong. Sick. But but who will win? Should we roll a dice about that?
I'll do a dice roll, yeah.
Oh,
I have show off.
What
I have
kind
show
of
off as a skill.
shit you do? I don't. I haven't. I mean, stay cool.
Yeah, I have to stay cool.
Sure.
Stay cool count.
Sure. Let's try. Okay, stay cool versus show off. Let's rock out.
Add like one difficulty dice because you're buzzed.
True, I am buzzed.
So I added difficulty too.
Oh my
Go
god.
for it.
That's rough.
Have you been drinking enough?
I think the way I imagine it is like Odin hasn't been drinking, but because of like his whole thing going on, it basically like just goes right through his system in like a second. He doesn't feel it basically.
Blood cannot get drunk.
Yeah.
Dame más. Ah, okay.
Let's see that show off.
He's going to go shit again. I can't believe this.
No, it's nothing. Go on.
Ooh.
Okay, what about
think that's
you?
higher.
Sick.
Vaccine.
Oh,
Well, they're doing
got this.
afterwards, so that's the first round.
Oh.
I got this. I used to play around this all the damn time and then back home. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Difficult, you said?
Are you buzzed? Would you consider yourself
I had a little bit of whiskey before I tried some of the sweet stuff, so a bit tipsy.
add a difficulty dice to it? Damn!
Oof.
I will say so I don't know who here has actually played beer pong. Is that like an alien concept?
I haven't played
Not
it.
me personally, no.
Yeah, I played it.
I'm
I
aware
played
I
it
know about
once.
it.
Alright.
I played it once.
I will just say, by virtue of Khan getting fucking destroyed in it, they are definitely by the end of it more drunk because you have to drink from every cup the other person hits in.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So I think like after they wait, hang on, what's the result versus vaccine? Let's see that first before I say anything.
I did better than you.
True, but you gotta roll off against Odin again.
Nope.
Oh really? Okay, sure.
Yeah, because he should have lost.
Spaghetti. The spaghetti app.
Well, I'm definitely a bit on the more tipsy side now. It's been a while since I actually drunk this much.
Sick.
Fluffy, can we apply your spaghetti to Lens? He just pulls out a spaghetti.
No!
Sick.
Do the sound effects.
No!
Yeah.
I will say then, like, when Odin fucking beats both of them, I think, like, just because if Odin will let him, just by the sheer, like, amount of, like, how unwinded he is and just drunk, like, lift him up, like, hey, fucking, this guy won, that's fucking cool.
Odin was like, is kind of going along with it, and it's like, of course I won.
Just
Well, I
cheering him
win.
on, yeah.
You did it, buddy.
So,
I was like, very drunk
win?
Khan is just, like, cheery and, like, a bit hiccups, but it's just, they're just, like, happy and cheery about the whole thing.
Odin is now just
I'm
confused
feeling
about what does he
about
win.
it.
I don't know, the pride.
Oh,
With the
that works.
well, Lens is very happy seeing what's going on with the beer pong and so on. But,
I
you know,
didn't-
makes up some conversation meanwhile over with Tan for and Nap, right?
I didn't complete my ideal, fuck!
Plan Man as
Nap
well.
wakes up.
Nap wakes up. Well, he just kind of like talks over to both of you. He just kind of questions over to
Hey, Fluffy.
but
Would this be considered me addressing a challenge with precision, coldness, or intimidation?
Oh
no,
my god.
Well, you did address a challenge, didn't you?
like yeah, is it really?
Would this be considered I showed someone how it's done? Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Well,
This flower expressing a heritage? Wow.
So then I just kind of talks over to 10 for an Implant Man, and I just kind of asked all of you, like, what did you all think of the All-Seer, like, so far, right? I mean, it's been here for quite a while now, right? Like a few, like, what, 3 weeks total, maybe?
This ship is weird to be in.
Not nearly big enough for me.
I'll say, coming from like old tech back home to this, the culture shock. This stuff is space age to me.
Alright. I mean, in your case, Maxine, I kind of understand, but... You're jamming your leg?
From early when I blew up my mech.
Alright.
Lens, why is none of my movies playing on any of the ship's computers or TVs there?
There's not, like, a real specific reason. I mean, it's probably just because nobody doesn't, you're not that popular here.
Cough. Cough, cough.
Come on, man.
I mean,
You've heard of me?
Not exactly.
Oh.
If I was
I mean,
supposed to, I'm
it's
sorry.
over. I mean, personally, I want to see some of your movies, fan man. Walking Father.
Same. I've never heard of you in my life, but you're fucking cool.
I want to see the famous Rocky Bone Town on the... What's the term again?
I want to see him boning
Silver
up.
screen, silver screen.
What's a movie?
Oh.
But come on, it's like when we're moving around. You've done that before, right? You've seen a camera.
Cameras are used for recording things,
Yeah.
like security breaches, and
Yeah, but it's like that, but fun, and people not dying, except fake, you know?
It's
Yeah.
like it's people acting out a story. Sometimes there's like cool explosions. Sometimes there's drama. I mean, I can't be saying much. I don't watch much movies on my part, but I've seen.
What?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, we didn't exactly have like entertainment back home.
So when you say it like
all corporate and shit.
when you say it like that, you see all you kind of tilt his head sideways. So like history,
Pardon?
but it's like that, like records of historical things.
It could be that. Recreations of historical events, movies could be that.
I say. I guess that could be educational.
And but there's also documentaries, which is more factual, if that's more up your stream.
I don't know. I've never watched. Well, I guess by what you're telling me, I've watched movies before, but probably not what you're thinking of.
Well, what have you seen?
Instructional videos on how to pilot mechs, how to infiltrate facilities, how to kill people, that sort of thing.
Those are more training videos than movies. It sounds like you haven't watched a movie.
Oh. Aren't
Hey,
training videos movies? You said they could be instructional, so...
I guess, but most people wouldn't consider training videos to be movies.
What's the difference? You said that people
It's
fake
like-
die on them.
It's like the movies they're made to entertain, right? Like we're having fun.
Yeah, they're more
watching
catered to
those.
like a more general audience rather than say, training a soldier.
But learning how to kill better is supposed to be entertaining now.
Well, that's
Well,
more
Depends on,
educational, right?
depends on the person, I guess, but like Father said, that's more educational than entertainment.
Why?
Oh, there's, like,
why would you even
blinking.
be watching that, huh? That seems boring.
Because I was watching it because that he stops and like 1,000-yard stairs again.
Alright there.
It's the only thing I watched.
I see. Well, do you want to see a movie now? If everyone's cool with it?
I guess.
I'd love to,
Hey.
but I think I'm seeing more than I usually do with only one. This is a bit weird.
What do you mean?
There's like... You have 2 eye patches. That's really weird. You usually don't do that.
Yeah, need me to get you some water over there, Flower?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright,
okay. I think
give me a
it's,
sec.
I think it's.
Odin is like tapping his like other eye, and like he's confused about having 2 eye patches. What?
Yeah, Led just kind of like gets up afterwards and just kind of steps over like with his hands raised. I mean, he's had like a few of his own drink right now, the sweet rum and lemonade, but he's fine. Like surprisingly enough, just having like 2 shots of it, he's still going strong. So he might have a nice tolerance for it. So Lance comes over to Flower, just kind of like tries to help him up. Like, all right, well, we'll see if we can get some water. Then it seems like you had way too much right away.
It's been a while. And this is a bit stronger than they had back on Maria. Yeah.
Right, of course. So,
But I'll keep it. I should probably
You're
stop either
from-
way. Some
You're
more that's
from
nice.
where?
Huh?
You're from where?
No, it's a ship, Maria. I worked there for like very long time. Yeah.
Oh.
no, Lance just kind of.
I'll help Lens out with getting water.
Yeah, he needs 2 people for this guy. So, just kind of help you out.
Whilst we're like getting glasses on, I kind of casually asked us. So, did you manage to get a hold of the day regarding the Liberators at all?
Oh, can we just like help Flower get back maybe to his room first before we can talk about that?
No, I'm sobering up. I'll just need some water. I can still sit here. Don't worry.
Are you sure?
Yes. I've been worse.
No?
He's like sobering up a slight bit. Like he knows how to. He got a bit deep into it, but he knows how to stop still.
Bro, heard like the fucking kill phrase. Immediately fine.
Yeah. No.
Well, you don't have to prove anything to us, but we won't stop
Well,
it.
if it's fine for you, then Flower, then well, vaccine.
Yeah. Besides, I think you'd both fall if you tried to carry me over, and I wouldn't want that on my conscience.
Nico's gone. Well, I guess I can still
No.
call. I guess,
Can't believe Odin said that in real life.
It's not too bad. I mean, I can still mention it, but so considering how Vaccine inquired about the Liberators, right? He just kind of like thinks about it for a moment, and then he kind of sits back down, right? So after sitting back down, just kind of takes like a deep breath, and then just starts talking. Well, Restoration Squad, I don't know how else to tell you this, but these guys just kind of seem to faded away. I don't know if you've been listening to the news, but the separation just seems to have completely ceased operations for the time being.
I've been checking the news on and off throughout the past 2 weeks, and hearing gossip from soldiers on the ground as well. I heard not even a peep from those lot.
You might have, yeah, kind of had a feeling. I mean, sometimes it's a little bit hard to know when it's the connected doing censorship, of course. But no, you're right. And for this, probably just sleep reading. Considering how, again, Rippers of Olympus has kind of been a name that's been surging up again. I mean, you probably Bridge might have just not really explained it to you, but the Rippers of Olympus, that was like the name of the squadron from 500 years ago. They were the ones who finished the war, actually. It's not exactly public knowledge, of course, but it's kind of more like a folklore sort of thing at this point.
Look, a legend of yours?
Something like that. I mean, it's just legend, right? I mean, probably some hardcore fanatics back then.
I
Or,
find it hard to believe that people be around for 500 years.
well, some people, the legend says it's more of like, you know, just kind of like just a name, you know? Kind of like how you have death to be like the Reaper and so on. But
Nice.
What did they do exactly?
well, they're the ones that ended the war. They were
But what do you mean ended the war?
from 500 years ago. That's kind of how the Connected got started. I mean, of course, you're mercenaries. You wouldn't know any better. But to keep things short, they just seemed just a squadron. Not exactly mech pilots, but just an elite class of soldiers who killed off pretty much the previous leaders who were causing all the problems, right? I mean, that's all we know, really. 500 years ago is a long time, and a lot has happened since then. Connected was very different, but it's not exactly something that really matters right now, I guess.
I see.
But, I mean, still, Liberators, Separation, they're just gone. Usually there's like a few operations here and there, just some tiny little skirmishes, since those guys tend to like hit up bases and so on, but not even like chatter, no recruitment, nothing. They're just gone.
Strange.
Could it be they're working towards anything bigger? Keeping everything under wraps until, you know, the next big hit?
I'm
Look,
exactly
I would have thought they would.
sure.
I would have thought they would have utilized the shattering of Noah to drum up recruitment or propaganda. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm speculating as well, but I'll be honest, those guys are kind of hard to understand. I mean, the Liberators, all we have is just the data on the mechs that you've scanned back then. Leave my cat alone! Minnie! Minnie! Minnie!
I'm getting some interference here. It sounds like.
Hey, Lens.
Oh, she's so needy.
Out of character, I'll be right back briefly.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I'll wait. Minnie! Okay, there we go. She's a little bit more calm. Just wait for BDI before I proceed. I don't wanna. I see you.
Can I ask a question in the meantime then?
Yes.
Yeah.
In character question?
Yeah.
To Lens. The thing that was used to fire into
Nora?
Nora, it was under your control, right? Or as in like your fact,
Well, I
you're
don't.
connected.
Yeah, of course, that's ours, but I'm not. I don't know how it goes around there. The architect.
It's been 2 weeks. Have they made any sort of developments over like? They discovered anything that you can share with us? I guess.
Well, Bridge kind of already keeps things pretty wrapped up. All I'm tasked with is just deciphering data and getting more into our data banks in relation to the separation, but in terms of the architect, all I know is that it's already been disarmed. That thing is not gonna fire anytime soon, apparently.
But it's still there, right?
It's there, but I don't know. I mean, you didn't hear this from me, right? But some rumors have been going out that the separation didn't just fire it. They stole something from there too. So I'm not sure. Maybe that could be why they're so quiet now? I mean,
If they,
go on.
whatever is the plan, I don't want to fucking imagine. If this is just like step one, I don't want to imagine what the fuck they have next planned.
What could even be worth stealing? What information does a asteroid shooting platform hold? Did it have any, like, secret places that saved other information?
Well, the architect has always just been an asteroid destroying weapon. Beyond that, I can't imagine what. I mean, all we know and what we've been told is just separation was there, and who fired it wasn't just a separation soldier, it was somebody on the inside. It seems like they just took chance and stole off whatever they could during the firing, but right after that it's been shut off. I honestly can't tell you more, really. Bridge is already, again, he's always on me. He's checking everything I do. I mean, I don't know why exactly he's always making sure about, well, me and what happened with the architect.
Well, we were like in the dark during that whole deployment. What were you up? Oh, what were you all up to up here? Interlink, you, Bridge. What even happened up here while this was all going down?
I can't tell you. Bridge doesn't bring me along for actual mission combat. You just have to ask Bridge himself, but I don't think he's gonna answer you. With
Yeah, it sounds.
I mean,
That guy is a man of few words.
this is what you're here for, after all, right? I mean, I don't think they'll bring you over just for a flunked mission, and then that's it. So
Yeah.
I think whatever's coming next, it's probably more important than to try to make well, not really make amends, but at least solve a bit of the situation that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've already also heard of the new group coming up.
This is
Yes,
me.
that was the. Please wait, I wrote in my notes. That was the Witcher, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that anarchist group. It was. I heard from some soldiers. I'm gonna stop sounding slosh now. Just had to speak.
Immediately
After.
Immediately sobers up.
Yeah, immediately
like,
sobers
sits
up.
proper. Well, there was when the Nora government apparently collapsed, and it was more or less coup by some military anarchist group that apparently seems to be taking over or like attacking military bases or whatnot. Haven't heard much else of them, but that's basically the gist of it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be too surprised if separation has been using them in that place.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It could just be. Well, there was a lot of soldiers who mentions a bunch of things by Nora, so they could have just not at all be related and just, did it because of the opportunity.
All that.
Well, I can't.
People desperate for a change in government or whatever, always looking for that one chance to strike.
I mean, what reason would? I mean, actually, yeah, Lens. There's a bunch of your crew here that has some pretty rash thoughts about Nora. What would even happen to get Usher for such a group? Like, is it really that bad on Nora? Or what's the deal?
Well, I mean, you've seen it, right? Half the planet is gone, and the connected fire the weapon to their eyes. The Witch is just, as right now, just a group who's been non-stop attacking bases, trying to take over control. I mean, we kind of helped a bit with the inner Nora Popular Front, but I don't think it's enough. I think the connector are just letting it happen, in my opinion at least.
Well, but groups like that don't just happen overnight. So, I mean, surely they must have waited.
No, that's exactly the problem. They don't happen overnight, but in just 2 weeks, they've been striking non-stop. We don't have any information about what they're using and what they're doing.
I mean, people are gonna change drastically when half the home is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, that too, but to this level, I feel like
I'm
it's
back. Sorry
ridiculous.
about that.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Hearing Fluffy's cat reminded me to feed the stray, so I wanted to do that.
Thank you. The stray thanks you. But we were just on about Witch, yeah. But I mean, I genuinely can't tell you guys any more than this. If there's ever gonna be a mission, well, I'm sure there's gonna be one, but I'm sure Bridge knows way more. And
Well, we appreciate telling you what you can, Lance.
One more thing, actually, Lance. I mean, hopefully you turned off all the cameras or whatnot. Is there anything, just us 7 pairs of eyes should know of that you can't say anywhere else? Like, is there anything that concerns you that we should know? Just going forward?
My lips are sealed.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I trust you guys. I mean, I really do. I mean, it's kind of interesting to have a point of view that's not from the Olympus system, but I mean, I can't really tell you more than what I already know.
Well, of course, there's nothing about, needing to know. Just what do you what are your thoughts on a thing here? Is there anything that's like on your mind that's concerning you that we need to, pay attention to or something?
I don't know. I guess just Bridge. Yeah, he's just been really on me over just trying to document or just get this stuff right on record about what happened at the Architect and so on. But I'm really sure that's just him worried about, Restoration Squadron, right? I mean, nobody can really know about what's going on here.
I mean, the dude does have a lot on his plate.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna argue with him. He's superior to me. He knows more than any of us. Whatever
Yeah.
he's got planned, I'm sure it's for good reason.
Ever
It's from
since
me.
you mentioned,
Oh no, go on. You good?
ever since you mentioned the part where like, oh, views of people from outside of Olympus, Odin just kind of like stood up a bit, and he's like thinking about something.
You okay, Odin?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you were saying, Rocky?
Well, take it from me, working in the industries I have, you don't want to think authority knows what they're doing. Oftentimes they're firing in the dark like the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if that really applies here, but I appreciate the little joke, I guess. Right, so, I mean, I guess Oda has the right idea here, which is, Lance himself stands up. And, I mean, again, I appreciate you guys coming over, I mean, again, we don't really get a lot of time to talk alone much altogether, right? I mean, it's, been 2 weeks or so? I'm hoping that we get to talk again soon. I'm not sure.
I hope so as well. I really needed this. These past 2 weeks. These past 2 weeks have been fucking hell.
Oh.
But probably for me, I know for me, but probably for hell for you lot as well. I don't imagine the paperwork you're doing it yourself, Lance.
No, I mean, it's nothing too important, considering how all I'm doing is just cataloging information. It's not, compared to you guys, I'm not really much.
Hey, speaking of information, while the cameras and everything are off, and this is our own private powwow, I may or may not have found something from our last mission here that might be relevant for upcoming encounters with these dang old separatists.
What you
What?
found, Rocky?
Well, I can't say right now, but stay tuned.
Alright, well, good.
But why did you bring it up?
A film in production, I say.
It's starting to sound
Fair
like a
enough.
bridge like that. But,
Is he making one of those movie things that you guys mentioned?
It's a figure of speech for making a joke.
Oh.
Alright, well, after that, conversation, serious little moment here, and so on and so forth. Very much kind of, Lance just kind of stands up, starts collecting some of the cups on the table, and just kind of, grabs over whatever he can, possibly asks Flower for help, but he's not too sure.
Yeah, he'll help.
Okay. He's not too sure. He doesn't really want to make a mess, And
Yeah.
I also stay around to help out as well.
sure. So just after that, he just kind of like turns things back on and so on, which is like, one frame, everybody's like chilling and entering, then the second frame is like just kind of finishing up,
Question.
Yes.
We're doing all of this in like the big computer table that's
Yeah,
like, right, is the computer table on or off?
it's off.
Off, I imagine. Okay. Okay. Then never mind.
Okay. Well, considering that, then, wrapping things up, the party, everything, like, getting stored away, people, Lens trying to guide over Vaccine and Flower to help out of the room. And, everybody else following along, right? I mean, everyone's a little bit tipsy, probably, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I mean, at least not 10-4. 10-4 fucking hates that thing. But,
Probably Odin too if it just washes through his system.
Yeah, it's like it gets washed through his like water. So he's like,
You'll
oh.
win every drinking contest. This is fucked up.
Odin's cheating, I swear to God.
So
Kinda is.
pretty
It
much.
doesn't mean to.
So after that, I'm assuming that this by now is just when everybody starts going off on their own path, you know, tired and stuff. In the case for Lens, Flower, and Vaccine, just kind of, you know, just kind of bring over to what is his, because again, these glasses are his stuff. So just kind of bring over to his own dormitory, at least.
Thanks for the drink, Father. These were lovely.
Oh, no,
Oh, of course.
Thank you all for coming too, as well. You know, I mean.
And thank you for sorting this out, Lance. It's nice to finally hang out for once after all the shit that's been going on lately.
Yeah, it's good. We should do this more.
Well,
I
maybe
agree.
things can turn for the better, you know. I mean, I hope that the world, well, at least Olympus here, doesn't just see you all as just the rippers of Olympus, you know. I mean, I'm sure that's already pretty bad as it goes.
Speaking of that, has our identities been leaked at all, or is that still?
Oh no!
Mystery.
Don't worry about that. Cactus are already doing a whole lot just to keep all that on the wraps. I mean, you're mercenaries, right? We're paying you, and nobody wants mercenaries being known their names, right?
Yeah, it's just I don't want the shit getting back home. All right.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, if this gets home, my home's fucked. You know what I mean?
Of course, I mean, I've looked into your file, Vaccine. I know what's at stake.
All right. Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
No problem.
This actually also reminds me, I'm a bit confused that you said that these Rippers of Olympus, like, ages ago were like, they actually did the actions they did ushered in like the connected. So why is it like a negative connotation to it?
Well, again, I can't really tell you as much as I know, but the way things got here wasn't really pretty.
I can imagine.
I mean, not every war is
Rebellions
ended.
are messy.
Well,
That's
it's,
been from first hand.
it's just, you know, wars don't end pretty, right? I mean, they don't start pretty, they don't end pretty.
Hmm.
But, I mean, don't worry about that. We'll make things right, right? I mean,
Of course.
whatever comes next, just know. I'm always counting on you all.
Yeah, you too. I mean, we couldn't really do this work if you weren't there looking after us, too.
Well, I mean, come on.
Alright.
I'm just the data guy.
Hey,
Ah,
hey, the data guys are also important, all right?
Sure.
You're doing
Yes.
good work.
Alright, well, after that, get his cups in, all that stuff sorted out, and from there you can all leave and go back to your dormitories. Which is, you know, straight up go there and so on and so forth. So it's chill, right? And after that, I would say finishing up a little moment, you know, a little party, all wrapped up in what I might as well say a successful little social event, right? I mean, got to know more about everyone and so on. So, oh, sorry. So,
Yes, it's nice to do some RP for once. Some proper RP.
well, it's
Yeah.
downtime, so it's chill. That's how it works. Why is Sammy sleeping? Everyone's sleeping.
I got to act confused about everything.
So,
Wonder
I
why.
think. Yeah, I guess I'll just stop recording now.